know that is just like the best. Oh my God. Well, welcome everybody. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
All those
And
things.
we're looking at another Raiders season, our 17th, 18th out of the last 21 where we have not made the playoffs. And I know this is sad. I know there are people out there doing all the permutations, all the math geniuses. Let's see now. If everybody loses Sunday, we get in. No.
I don't.
You
Yeah,
know,
no. I was gonna say you had me for that split second, but I was like, well, those people that said that we were eliminated might be wrong, and I'm like, yeah, no.
no.
But
And even
yeah,
if you
it
got
happened.
in, just like in 2016 and 2021, you're still faced with a team that cannot beat contenders. And who do you meet in the playoffs but contenders? So
Yeah.
we're back now to where we started. And I wanted to start off, Captain, talking about Antonio Pierce and the Raiders head coaching
Okay.
situation.
It's a fair place
And
to start.
and I need some insight because see, for me, I'm just going to tell you, for me, I'm concerned, number one, about his lack of experience, but number two, that he has to be the coach to all of the team, not just the defense. I mean, what are your thoughts on just that?
Well, and I love the responses that we're getting on there. No on Harbaugh, no on Antonio. Gotta have somebody. I mean,
uh,
I would be more than happy to take over the roles, but I don't have head coaching experience either. I
Me
have
either.
been a I have been a coach for offensive and defensive linemen in high school,
Mhm.
so I got that on my resume.
I mean, I
And
was a Pee Wee coach. Wait a minute, for CYO
yeah,
for like 6 years. I was D line and linebackers.
okay, well there you go.
So I mean, but seriously, Captain, I mean, we have to look at this objectively. I mean, I know we don't want Mark to make the same mistake he made with Bisaccia, but the
Yeah.
problem here is Bisaccia had an experienced OC and an experienced quarterback to work with. Part of the reason why he was successful. We don't have that
Hmm.
here. We don't have
Yeah.
the same chemistry. We don't have the same team. Um, I know everybody's gung ho for Pierce. What are your thoughts?
Actually, I pending pending a name that makes sense and it does not rhyme with Schmarbaugh. Okay, pending a name that makes sense for the Raiders, and I know Harbaugh would be a. I mean, he's got all of the qualifications and credentials and things like that. And for those that say if he goes to LAC, it's the end of the world. You know,
Really?
I
The
reminisce of the
Chargers,
guy that was. Yeah, well,
voodoo
he was
bad
like
luck guys, please.
yeah, he was like the guy. You ever see the movie The Birds
Yes.
and the drunk guy at the bar?
Mm-hmm.
When they come into the bar and it's before the birds started. He's like, "It's the end of the world, I tell you, it's the end of the world."
Mm-hmm. Yep.
With the heavy Irish brogue and drunk, it's not the end of the world
No.
because everybody thought it was the end of the world when Peyton went to the Broncos,
Right.
and he pissed away a year, now two. Okay, it's the combination of the coach and the players and the juju and the vibe. Okay, it's got to be something that's good together. Now I understand that Antonio Pierce does not have all of the credentials, but he does have the locker room, and he at least has head coaching experience like I do from high school. Okay, and
Okay. Okay.
follow me here. So
Hmm.
he at least has that where he at least can. It's not foreign to him. Okay, with Bisaccia, I don't, and maybe somebody could tell me if I'm wrong. With Bisaccia, I don't think he ever had any head coaching experience. I think it was all special teams, special teams. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But he didn't have the background, but he did have the locker room. But he didn't have any X's and O's other than that. Now, John Harbaugh is a special teams guy. Okay. Marv Levy, I love the name Marv Levy, because I always
Uh-huh.
say that I'm a member of Marv Levy was a special teams guy.
Hmm.
So it's not that it's the special teams is not it, but you got to have something else. Antonio Pierce at least has a defensive background, okay, as a defensive coordinator at Arizona State with some head
Right.
coaching experience. So at least those are things that he can bring to the table. Now, would I be upset if Antonio Pierce was named head coach? The answer is
No.
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 With the proviso is that we need a strong offensive coordinator that has that has the juju to maybe he has head coaching experience. Adam Gase, Adam Gase, where he's a strong offensive. Wait a second, he's a strong offensive coordinator and can help out on some of the things, kind of like do that dual role thing. So I'm asking for if AP is named head coach, and that wouldn't upset me, that he has a strong offensive coordinator, and I give you one, Adam Gase. But I
And
also say, well, wait a second, I'm not done yet. Come on. Yeah, I know you're gonna. This is the last
no, no,
portion
no.
of my
I'm
question.
agreeing with you
Yeah,
on that
yeah.
score. It's just weird. I mean, most teams hire their head coach, and then the head coach hires his staff.
Yeah.
This is a situation where we promote a head coach, the DC is already in place, and then what? Are you going to let Pierce hire his own offensive coordinator?
Well, that's the other thing is that he
One of
has
his bosom pals?
well
Or are we
he
going
does
to
have
tell
connection.
him who she should hire?
Well, I think that honestly, if you do what coaches should do, you say, Coach, it's your team. Who do you want? And
Exactly.
that's the way it is. That's the way it is. But the reason why I throw out Adam Gase's name is because Adam Gase allegedly is already helping out, so he has those ties to him.
I couldn't see any sign of it. And let me just go back. And Captain, I agree with
And
you.
by and by the way, assistant head coach in Tampa, bullshit. It was a Gruden thing. He was the assistant head coach with the Raiders. It was a Gruden thing. It's like a it's a here buddy, here's a step promotion when which you don't deserve.
it just seems all whack. For once, I would like to see the Raiders run like successful organizations run their front office, run their sidelines. I can see once again it's going to be unconventional. Okay? Not how it's done. Now, that being said, I can see Gazy coming in as coordinator. I mean, I don't have it, but here's what you have. What happens when you bring a new coordinator in, and this is something Raider Nation needs to get in tune with. You bring a new offensive system in.
Yeah.
Yet the third offensive system for some of these players on offense. You're going to bring in somebody who is throwing out the playbook, that they've been working with for the last 2 years, and he's going to bring in his own style. But let me get back to Pierce. I'm not jumping off of him because I need to talk about what we are saying when we say we want Pierce. How many years do we give him?
Who's the we, by the way, in that equation? Who is the we? The
Oh,
nation?
I'm just
The fan base?
let's say the nation
Okay.
wants Pierce.
I like that question, and my
How
question.
many years do we give him?
1-1.
Wow. Why should now? This is another discussion that I had. Why should
One year
Pierce?
with an option?
No, just because Mark screwed up with the last 3 head coaches doesn't mean that Pierce doesn't deserve the same salary respect, benefit respect, and length of contract respect that the other guys got. What is he, chopped liver?
No, but
What?
I think
Because you think he has training wheels that you could just,
no.
shook him another, oh, we can pay you 10, 20 million less, and we can get, instead of a 5-year, we can give you a 2-year. You're on trial. No, that's disrespectful.
Peggy, I get where you're going with that.
Everybody's saying they want Pierce,
the reason,
so I'm running with it.
No. I'm just saying, if you're Mark, you say, dude, I loved what you've done with your hands tied behind your back. Okay?
Right.
But I fucked up the last several times I've made coaching decisions. I fucked up with Del Rio.
Not my problem.
I fucked up with Del Rio. I fucked up. Oh, I'm sorry. I effed up. I apologize. I'm trying to for the. I know that I do it, but I know you don't want that on you. I effed up with Del Rio.
I ain't worried about none of that.
Okay. Fucked up with Del Rio. Fucked up with Gruden, and definitely fucked up with. I'll call him McFired. I know Jack Kenna likes to call him McShitnuts, so that's it.
That's not Pierce's problem.
I understand that.
I'm Pierce's lawyer. I don't want to hear about how broke you are. You're going to pay me what Matt Eberfluss is getting, what Joe Judge got. You're going to pay me what Brian Dable is getting because I am an NFL head coach.
Okay, then I would go. Who's the lowest paid?
I don't know. I haven't done that homework.
Okay, well, I actually got Peggy on a question. My God, I got Peggy. What time?
I haven't done my homework, but I know you gonna give him the money that you gave that boy Kevin O'Connell down there in Cardinals. You gonna give him what new them little 2-year coordinators promoted to head coach. You're gonna give him that money, but you still haven't told me how long. You said 1-1. Are you kidding?
1-1.
Did they get that? I know for sure they didn't get.
The reason why I give him a 1-1 is because he's already had under this authority. He's basically had a half a year already.
So no, he hasn't. He's been running McDaniel's team,
but he's run it well with his hand tied behind his back. You give him a 1-1 with the 1-1. I think Antonio Pierce would. I know that he'd probably tell his agent but I think you get the least amount if you're going to go there 2 years at most. You give him a 2-year contract because you want to see you give him that year with his system, and you see how they do it. And it's because I just don't want as and again I'm playing Mark Davis in this, so pretend I have no hair and a bad haircut. And I like to hang out at P.F. Chang's and Hooters. I don't want to. I want to do good, but I don't want to get fucked back again. Okay.
Someone said Kevin Stefanski. Okay.
With the Browns. Okay.
Right. All right.
So that's $7 million. Are you going
You
to do
got to
better
pay
than
them
that?
at least that. But
Right,
how
right.
many
So
years? You not talk about no one. I resent. I will resent strongly if you're going to give the job to Pierce, because I'm thinking something else is going on. If you don't give him a minimum 3-year contract, that's what everybody else is getting under his system, not
yeah,
babysitting, babysitting McDaniel's system because you can't do anything else, running out somebody else's term. You need 3 years. And I really don't. If I'm Pierce's lawyer, the
okay, okay,
conversation about how much he blew on his bad decisions is not on the
okay,
table.
okay.
That's
Then I give
that's
him a 3 years,
unconcerned.
but I write into the contract
Why did you
language.
write into the contract, the other people's contract, that
No,
that
but I,
proviso?
Peggy, I fucked up the last 3 times I wrote contracts. Maybe I finally learned something, right? I said,
I hear you out.
I fucked up, and I fucked up. Okay, we're going to give you, I want to give you a 2-year contract, but Miss Peggy says I got to give you a 3-year. Okay, I'm giving you a 3-year contract with 2 years guaranteed. 2 guaranteed. The
Mm-hmm.
last one is team option. How's that?
Mm-hmm. I mean,
So you got your
I
three.
see where you want to correct. I can
Yeah,
see where it's just a shame
it is a
that
shame.
he had to go through 3 head coaches to finally learn that he has to condition things, and performance is a key part of a contract.
Well, the other thing is that you can also write into you have the bad portion or the fu portion, but you can also have a carrot. You
Mm-hmm.
can also say if your first year is above this, I'll throw another year at the end of it,
Okay.
and then I'll guarantee that third year. Okay, so you got checks and balances from
No,
an
no. How
owner.
about 3 years, and we'll evaluate your performance at the end of the three
No,
years. So you feel
no,
like all the things that he didn't do with the Del Rios and the Grudens and the McDaniels, he should do to Pierce just because he can.
if Pierce had and nothing, I like Antonio Pierce, but Pierce does not have the pedigree.
Uh-oh.
Pierce
I knew
does
that
not
was
have the
coming.
Pierce does not have the pedigree of Del Rio, who was a former head coach with
Correct.
the Jaguars. Gruden, we know he had the pedigree, okay, and McDaniel's he screwed up with a guy that had pedigree like qualities. And by the way, I've already seen where
Former head coach.
if Belichick gets fired, he's going to be the new head coach in New England, most likely, if they don't give it to Jared Goff. Anyway, but the pedigree, okay? So based upon the pedigree, you can say, we'll do this, but I don't want to get caught holding the bag again. The team loves you. And by the way, before I give him the job, have we settled that Kelly is the GM? Or are you hiring the head coach before you
I
hire
don't
the
want to talk
GM?
about GM right now because it's too
But but but
complicated.
but answer the
I have
question.
no way
Do
to
you have,
evaluate his performance until I see a draft. I can evaluate Pierce's performance as a
okay,
fan.
but do you hire the GM first or the head coach?
That's another thing. Since Ed is reminding me, we do nothing conventional. Remember, we
Exactly.
ran the
Yeah.
franchise 60 years with no GM. Okay, Mark is the first one to bring in someone with that title, but the franchise itself, and I have made this point numerous times, still doesn't have an understanding of what the role of a GM is. The GM is not the head coach's buddy
Yeah.
or
Oh yeah, I
friend.
agree. I got it.
The GM's
The
job,
GM is the head coach's boss.
no, I mean, they're a
No,
team.
that's the way it's supposed to.
They're
No,
a
no, no,
team,
no.
right? I'm not saying
No.
they're co-equal, but they are a team.
Yes and no. But he's still the boss. The GM is the boss of the head coach. When
Well,
you look at a
then
lineup, when you look at a
already I
lineup,
don't like it. They're buddies. They're
Well, here's the
buddies.
thing.
Pierce
What,
and what is his name? His buddy. I can't even remember the guy's
Kelly,
name.
Kelly,
What,
Kelly.
what's his name? Kelly. They're
Yeah.
buddies. Already, I don't
Okay.
like it. No, the job of the
Okay. Well,
GM is the job of the GM, in my opinion, is to protect the franchise from bad football decisions. Their judgment is for the entire franchise, not
mhm.
to keep the head coach happy. And this
Oh,
is
I
something that
agree.
has eluded our last
I agree.
three GMs. Okay? You don't, but you see, it's not their fault either because the Raiders, unfortunately, don't have a long history of having a GM. And this is new for us. But the GM looks out for the franchise's interest in every decision that the head coach makes. And this is something someone's got to look out for the Raiders' interest. If someone was looking out for the Raiders' interest, Bill Musgrave would have never been let go. Okay? You
Yeah.
don't get rid of a guy who is the architect of the offense, who won 12 games, and just let Del Rio say, I don't want him around anymore. I got this guy named Downing. McKenzie should have
Whoa.
stepped up
Time.
immediately and
Time.
said, no, no, you work it
Wait a
out.
second. Wait a second. You do realize what the impetus of that bullshit was, right?
I don't even care anymore. What I'm
No, no,
looking
no,
at
no,
is the
no, no,
role of the
Peggy. No.
GM.
I get what you're saying, but for those that have forgotten,
Oh,
for those that have forgotten,
it was
okay,
a long time ago. I mean, 6 years.
okay,
Go ahead.
for those that
7
have
years.
forgotten, Mike Tice, aka Meathead from Archie Bunker, Mike Tice, the meathead looking line coach,
Just tell the story, Captain.
okay, told the GM that the signal caller below him, Downing, was gonna be taken away, and somebody was gonna grab him and say, "Hey, we gotta promote this guy before he gets nabbed."
You don't even engage that until you've decided that you want Musgrave gone. That's bullshit.
But that's what it was. He wanted Musgrave gone, so he did a Mike White. He subterfuge and sabotaged the team for his buddy, because Mike White did the same thing with Art Shell, because we didn't have a GM, and that's why I'm
my
saying
point about
I get
the
it.
role of the GM.
The GM, but you also said that they're buddies. Well, they didn't start out being buddies. They just happenly were buddies when they were thrust into their roles, okay? Because Kelly was in Chicago.
I just hope he understands his role. I just hope.
I get it, but what you said,
they're
they're buddies
of
now.
GM being
They're buddies now
with the head coach. That's not his job.
That's not his job. But the point is that we don't know what we don't know. But I do know that Kelly was thought of so highly that they made a job for him. They made a job for him as the assistant GM. So he's at least shown that. Okay. If he's given the interim role and taken that off of him, you know what?
You just want to talk about the GM anyway. I don't want to talk about GM.
But this is important. This is important because it's his role.
Suggesting that the GM pick the head coach. Now it's part of the conversation.
That's what my next words were. Because let's come
out with it.
I was getting there. You want to talk about it? I said because the GM's role is under the owner. In the line of block card goes owner. It goes GM, and sometimes you have a football operations guy in there too. And then they got the head coach underneath that. The GM's role is the boss of the head coach. So if Kelly wants the job and he thinks he can have the job, by the way, Kelly might have somebody else in mind. I like the defensive coordinator from the Dallas Cowboys to be a head coach because he's got head coaching experience. If you're going to go outside the organization, and Kelly thinks this guy can be had, give it to that guy. Okay, give it to that because he's shown that he can at least. He's taking a team to the Super Bowl,
Not
and he ain't
personally.
going to cost you. He ain't going to cost you $10 million a year either.
You can see the dilemma here. I think that we're getting the cart before the horse. I really think Mark has to decide what kind of organizational structure he wants first before he goes out and makes these head coaching decisions. Are we going to let the GM hire the head coach? Are we going to
Yeah.
just do a feel good thing and promote Pierce? That's important.
Well, we also don't know what's already been talked about in the locker room because we can
What of the
argue.
player?
No. What I mean,
Oh.
okay, not in the locker room, but amongst Mark Davis and amongst Champ Kelly and amongst Antonio, we don't know what we don't. Maybe they will say, "Hey, buddy, you got it. Okay, just don't fuck up real bad."
Yeah, which is why I didn't want to occupy myself with the discussion of the GM because a lot of that stuff does go on behind closed doors. I can't evaluate a GM until I see a draft, until I see his free agent acquisitions, until I see
Okay.
how those guys perform on the field. And that's going to take a little while, but I can certainly
He's done that.
evaluate Pierce.
He's done that, Peggy.
What?
Ziegler was less involved with the player development than Kelly was.
And
Kelly
how do we know this?
Through sources that have told me.
Name
Kelly,
the sources.
People that talk to me. People that Peggy. I'm just going to say people that talk to me.
Are they going to say that those drafts were Kelly's, not Ziegler's?
No, what they're saying is that Kelly was more instrumental in the draft than Ziegler was. Kelly had more of an input, and he even knew more of the players and the free agents.
He ran it, but the other guy got all the credit. Is that what you're telling me?
I'm saying that he was more instrumental in this last draft.
I think that we got a lot of people that are trying to sell us on Kelly for that GM job. That's what I think.
No. This was
organizational politics. Raider organizational politics.
I'm calling you Kelly instead of Peggy. I said Kelly. No, Peggy. Okay. I heard this before we shook hands Ziegler. And the
I've
reason
heard
why
a lot too, and I'm not listening to none of them because I talk to people inside of Raider headquarters too. Okay. And I'm saying I'm not listening to none of them because they're all campaigning for their guy. I know what they're doing.
That is true.
I know the Raiders. I know who they are. And it is very political inside that organization as far as who stays, who goes, who gets credit, all those things. There's a lot of people that are masters at campaigning. And that bullshit about, but Kelly really ran the drafts. I got to look at it as campaign fodder at this moment because I have no evidence. And all I'm saying is we have to decide, are we going to be an organization that's a GM picks the head coach and the head coach picks the DC and OC? Or are we just going to have a committee meeting?
Yeah.
And say, okay, you got that job, and we'll go out and get an OC. We will go out and get an OC. Or are they going to let Pierce pick his own OC?
I think that they're actually
let's get the job.
What I think is they've Peggy. I think this is not for nobody telling me anything, but I think they've already told Kelly and Pierce, you guys got the job pending developments. And the reason why I say pending developments is because, and I will agree, and I will name the source on this, I will agree that Mark
if you name sources, I'm hearing you.
No. I'm saying Mark is looking to see what the Garglers do. Garglers, a.k.a. LA. Okay? He's going to look to see because we got Peyton and Fat Boy and a possible big name in LA. Now, if it's Belichick, I don't think he is like, okay, well, they're fucked. Because if Belichick goes to LA, I don't think it would phase him. But
We're
if Harbaugh
actually
goes,
going to wait to see what the other guys are doing before we make our own head coaching decision.
I I think it's possible, yeah.
I'm Mr. Spock. Fascinating.
I just no, I'm just saying I think it's possible because it's a matter of Mark wanting to make a splash as well as make something that is smart.
No,
And
Mark just
I'm
wants to
sorry.
save money now. He doesn't want to make any. He doesn't care about splash. He's never cared about splash. Look at his haircut. I'm just saying. He just wants to save money at this point. He is not in the sweepstakes for all the guys that people are talking about. That guy Johnson from Detroit, your DC. I mean, he's going to have to pay these guys. And they're not coming to the Raiders unless they're guaranteed money, which is another issue altogether.
Well, if that's true, then we're this is a discussion just for funsies. Because if we're gonna go brass tacks, bottom line, saving money, it's Pierce, it's Kelly, because they're already under contract. They're gonna wipe off the interim tags. They're already under contract. Right? And they're going to say, by the way, we have a guy in mind for OC, but to be kind, we're going to ask you who you would like. Mm-hmm. And I think they might give a take on that one, but I think Pierce is in, Kelly's in, and whoever the brain trust decides, if they even give, hey, Antonio, who would you like as your OC? And they'll probably look at their little list to see if it's somebody that, oh, okay, okay, that's cool. And that's the way it is. And all of us people flapping our gums, and I love you because we're flapping our gums for good reason, because we care. They don't give a fuck what we say.
No. And I really don't ask for their approval or permission to do what we do. Okay? I don't need it.
I got you.
But I'm just saying that whatever we're doing, we have to think about, I'm getting real analytical. The organizational structure, it just hasn't worked for us to do
and it's still
bosom pals, buddies, all this, behind the head door, some guy that I like, I hire, it hasn't worked for us. I don't care whether the DC and the head coach and the OC get along with each other or even knew each other before they started working together. I care about accountability and discipline, which transitions me into talking about the young quarterback, which is always, I'm sure, part of that discussion between the three.
Yeah.
The young quarterback. Captain, name me two things that you like about the guy and two things that you don't like about the guy.
I think it's easier to probably say the two things I don't like about the guy, which is his reads aren't as crisp as they need to be in the NFL level. He needs to speed up the clock.
Okay.
He needs to speed up the clock. That's one thing. And I think that maybe he might need to run out of the pocket a little bit more. He needs to be more mobile. Because in today's NFL, even Rich Gannon used to run when he needed to. I'm going to say
not very often, because he had an actual O-line in front of him. But go ahead.
True, but he ran for 3 touchdowns against Indianapolis when we played at Indianapolis the one time.
Mm-hmm.
Rich, or at least two. But the other thing is,
you named the two things that you're thinking that he needs to be more mobile, and that he needs to speed up the pace.
Speed up his clock. Speed up the clock. He's getting sacked. and he needs to, those throws need to be out quicker. And that was, they hit him on that in the pre-draft things. What is good, what is bad. I know that was one of the things that they hit him up for being
I'm
bad.
sure, yeah.
Okay.
And I want to. I have, of course, a different take on the young man, and I agree with everything Captain said about his shortcomings. But I will say this: in August, do you think that young man had any idea that he was going to be the starting quarterback? In fact, McDaniels went out of his way to say,
Yeah.
"You will never be the starting quarterback. I don't care how bad we play." Okay? Now McDaniels is gone. The young man is handed the ball and says, okay, without any mental preparation, without reps, without deep playbook understanding, deep philosophical understanding, and a head coach that used to be the quarterback coach, now is the OC, ain't got time for him no more. He's asked to do the job.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that this young man, and you got an O line that even your veteran quarterbacks struggle behind. When they yanked
Pat's
Garoppolo, how many INTs did he have?
Oh, too many.
12.
And by the way, get his name correct. It's Garbageopolo.
And on top of all of that, his running game had gone into the toilet thanks to a guy that decided he was going to mail it in this year, as well as his star wide receiver always saying, throw me the ball, but he's always covered. Okay? And the same with Renfro and the same with even Myers. They're always covered. This is what that young man sees. When he gets the ball, we're talking about the brain processing. How do we know that the reason why he's not throwing is because he don't want to make mistakes? He want to throw
Well, you
INTs.
know
You
what?
know how quarterbacks get like that. Derek got like that. Oh,
I was gonna. I was just gonna
I don't
say.
want to take any chances because I might throw an INT. I think that we need to review the film. I think people need to stop talking about how fast he's thinking and think about what is he seeing when he looks downfield and does his progressions.
Well,
How
I
do you
will
know
say.
he's not doing his progressions and everybody is covered? Hell, even those 2 touchdowns that Devontae caught on Sunday, defenders were draped all over him. He had zero separation. The kid
Uh-huh.
just threw it up. I mean,
Well,
Lord
wait a
have
second.
mercy.
Wait a second. That's also. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to give you the things that I do like about it, and
Okay,
that
let's
was one
go.
of them as well. Okay, is that he throws the ball with zip, and he can get it into tight places that other people, garbage envelope, couldn't do. Hoyer either. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and that, like I said, and at least when he does decide, it's out quick. It's the from here to here. That's too much. But when he gets it, it's out quick, and it's a laser. It's got some oomph on it. In fact, sometimes it's got too much oomph, and that's might need to start taking some stuff off of the passes.
And oh,
Okay.
by the way, when he actually gets more than 3 seconds to read, set up, and throw, he's actually a pretty good quarterback.
Damn right. And that's why I said I have no problem with him
Duh,
with him around.
surprise.
Yeah.
Notice I said time to throw
To
and
throw.
actual pocket. The problem is, young man, that in the NFL today, because people have completely neglected the development of their O lines, you're only going to have a pocket maybe half the time, if you're lucky.
Mm-hmm.
You have to play like you're not going to have a pocket. And I think that's, to me, is the lesson he's having a difficult time understanding. More than anything else, this is the NFL. You're not
Not
gonna
so
have
hard.
yeah, right. You're not going to have the U-shaped pocket in front of you. Maybe never during a game, depending on how well your garbage O-line plays. And this is something that goes back to what we were saying about the OC that comes in.
Mm-hmm.
If he's got two priorities, quarterback and O-line. I mean, they go hand in hand, Captain. Don't you agree?
Oh yeah, and see that is the reason why I said for all of this conjecture as to what's coming up, we won't know that until the GM is settled.
Right.
True. The GM is settled, and GM head coach and OC third in line. Who's the OC? Because the OC is going to dictate what type of system he's going to have and who are his candidates. Because I say this, I honestly think that we're going to try to work a deal for the Bears, Justin Fields. Why? Because Kelly was in Chicago and knows all about the process of where they went to get him. That is a known commodity to Kelly. If the OC says I can do this, and this is the type of quarterback I need, and it just so happens that Fields could be one of those guys, and I say one of those guys because I firmly believe that the OC, with the blessing of the head coach and GM, are going to say, okay, we got O'Connell. We know what he can do, and he'll get better at doing what we think. We might get Justin Fields. Might. If the price
and I haven't gotten to that part of the conversation, and I do want to get there, but I wanted to talk about what this young man hasn't had. I don't feel
he hasn't had an offensive line.
Well,
yeah.
Exactly. And
he hasn't had a fair shake.
This is what I am sick and tired of NFL fans all over the league about. You cannot properly evaluate what your quarterback is doing if he doesn't have time to read, set up, and throw. I ain't asking for a lot of time. What am I asking for? 5 seconds? I understand Tom Brady. You don't understand. If you don't have an O-line to give you time, and look how Russ struggled in Denver with the same situation, how Fields is struggling with the Bears, the same situation.
He's not doing bad recently.
Well, wait a minute. What, because the light bulb finally came on late in the season? That's really going to help their playoff chances. What I'm trying to say is it doesn't even matter. You have to think about your offensive system as a whole. What you're asking for is a quarterback that can play without an offensive line blocking for him. That's what you keep asking for. You keep asking for mobile. What you're asking for is a quarterback that can play well without an O-line in front of him. I think that's altering the game. I think that's mind-boggling, and I think that it will never work. I don't care.
Contrary.
That's right. No.
I say this.
You gotta have some kind of blocking in front of you.
Yes. And here's the extra part, Peggy, because the OC is going to say, this is what I run, and this is the type of quarterback I would like to have. And oh, by the way, you better get me, Jimmy, Johnny, and Joe that can work on the offensive line, because that's what I need. And then the defense coordinator is going to say, hey, I've been talking to this chick named Peggy from DC that is bumping on the table that we need a damn good defensive tackle. And I like what she says. And so they're either going to draft that, or they're going to overpay for either a Chris Jones or a Wilkins from the Dolphins. They're going to do that. They're going to overpay, but they're going to do that, I think. But they're going to say, I need this. And they got what they know they have is they got the big kid that's on IR, Dalton Wagner.
Right.
And if he fits the system, that guy might be there. And the other thing is they're going to say, you know what? Is Miller going to be here? Because I think he's on the last year of his contract. I might be mistaken. But he might throw Mustard over it like
we have no O-line. Okay? And my thing is, and it really tells you how terrible O-lines have gotten all over the league. This year, you only have 6 guys with 1,000 yards rushing this year. I mean, and 3 of the 6 barely have over like 1,013 or 1,026.
I haven't been paying attention, so I'm sure.
Yeah, you see, I've been on O-lines, like I was on defensive tackles for like 5 years. My new crusade now is O-lines. And I don't think it's fair that you tell a quarterback, I want you to run this offense without time to throw. Your answer is 13 starting quarterbacks injured, gone for the season. Mm-hmm. Your answer is no running game. You have got to pay attention to your O-line. The O-line, not the quarterback, is the center of your offense. And I will continue to hammer that home because Joe Gibbs taught us 40 years ago, it doesn't matter who the quarterback and running back is, right?
Yeah. He had what?
As long as I have
3 different quarterbacks. 3 Super Bowls with 3 different quarterbacks.
What was he telling you? He was saying, as long as you've got a Cadillac top tier O-line, I can put anybody behind him. As long as he's competent, I can put anybody behind these lines and win Super Bowls. It's the O-line. People keep talking about, I need a quarterback that can do this. To me, it's all backwards. What you need is an O-line.
Peggy, I got you, and I agree with that. I do, because what did I play in high school? I played O-line, baby, because I was the smart, cerebral bastard that knows how to kick people's ass. I was just undersized.
Yeah,
I was undersized, or I was undersized.
By the way, like at least 2 of our O-linemen are. We're gonna have to get on that. That's another discussion for another show. Undersized is a problem. And I appreciate that the Tom Brady's of the world and the Peyton Mannings can get the ball out in 3 seconds because they already know where they're going, and their receivers have played with them long enough so they know where to be. Mm-hmm. But most NFL quarterbacks are going to need that 5 seconds because your first read may not be there. Your second read.
Becky, I love you, but I know you must be on some hallucinogens. I'm not saying you're smoking anything.
Fine.
You must
everybody in the NFL throws in 3 seconds or they're toast.
Exactly. That's the point. The average, median to maybe at nicety, a nicety is 3.5. 3.5 is an eternity. 5 seconds? No way in hell.
I learned not to even argue about that because I've done counts, click counts all the time. I see them all 5 seconds. And not no more than 5, usually 4. And I'm saying that
that's a good offensive line if they can do it in 5 seconds.
Absolutely. Because they invest in their O-line. We are so used to garbage O-lines that we don't even expect the quarterback to stand in a pocket anymore. There are people that are out there saying that the pocket quarterback is dead.
Well, he's on the endangered species list.
Well, when he gets HOF, when the running quarterbacks become the majority of the HOF, when they have the majority of the quarterback records, when they win the majority of the championship, come back and talk to me. You can count them on one hand the number of so-called running quarterbacks that have won Super Bowls. One hand. And there have been 58 of them. Don't go there. I've got the people to understand sooner or later a mobile running quarterback becomes a pocket quarterback. Why? Because of
Because
age
he's been
and
broken.
injury.
That's
He is not a running back. He is a quarterback.
Peggy, you are saying, and I kind of said it, I'm not talking running quarterback. I'm talking about.
Oh, you want him mobile.
50.
You want him to know, oh, I don't have no blocking this time. I got to leave the pocket. I got to move the pocket. I got to leave.
Yeah.
You want him to instinctively know this.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I think it's kind of
start raising them. Do you think that these kind of guys just grow on trees? Most quarterbacks don't have that skill set. They're pocket quarterbacks. I'm sorry.
I get
and they
you,
need protection.
Well, you know what?
I need protection.
I at least had the nicety of throwing a lookout block when I played high school. You know what a lookout block is?
Yes, I do.
It's when your ass gets beat, you turn around and you say to your quarterback, Gerard, look out! That's a lookout block. And at least
by the time you done turn around, it's too late anyway. But
I know. I gave him the little squeeze, whatever.
Everybody wants the quarterback move, because your O-lines are trash. They don't do the traditional 3 to 5 second block. I saw them ask for 5 seconds. I know it's hard to hold those guys after 5 seconds.
3 to 4 is good.
You got trash O-lines that have now trained the average NFL fan that every quarterback has to be able to run or move or shift his feet in a way that he rolls away from the pressure.
Yeah.
And we're all trained now, little seals, but that's not the way the game is. But that's not the way the game is supposed to be played. The quarterback's supposed to have a little time to assess the field and pick the best play possible. And yes, he has to do that in 3 seconds.
Well,
that's to make a decision in 3 seconds. I agree with that.
I'm going to say a dirty name here, okay? Because I don't want to give him props. But Kermit Darlene, and I know you know who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Kermit Darlene, even when we beat him, right? What did he do? Look, okay, that's not, and then he juked around. He had the ball for what seems like 10 seconds. Why? Because he could see that stuff was coming after him.
And how many quarterbacks in the NFL have his athletic skill set? Not many. That's why you can count it on one hand the number of mobile quarterbacks, we won't call them running.
Okay, thank you.
That have won championships. Yeah. Because it don't happen. You still have to command the game from the pocket. And in order to do that, you got to have O-line. Can't be taking off running.
You're preaching to me, babe. You're preaching to me. O-line, baby.
And I'm just waiting. I keep telling the Bills fan, it's just a matter of time before that serious injury occurs to Josh Allen. He's been a very lucky man. He's been a very lucky man. Most quarterbacks are not. You cannot turn your quarterback into a running back, expect him to last, taking the hits of both the running back and the quarterback. That's a lot of hitting on a body. Don't you agree?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
You want him to know, my O-line ain't blocking for me this round. Let me become a running back this play. That's what everybody wants. Let me move to the left, move to the right, evade, avoid. Think you've been watching too much Madden.
No, no, Peggy, that's not true. And the reason why I say that
No,
is
you've been watching too
I,
much Patrick
I,
Mahomes. Let's put it like that.
okay, I'll see. I'm guilty on the Patrick Mahomes. I don't play
Third,
Madden.
he is one
I
of
don't play
31
Madden.
quarterbacks. Matthew Stafford is never going to give you that. Okay? There's a lot
Yeah,
of
but Matthew,
quarterbacks. He's not going to give you what Mahomes give you scrambling all over the field.
yeah, but Matthew Stafford has, what does he have, Peggy? He's got a fucking O-line.
And a great coach and a great front office. It's a well-run organization, but we digress. Even the great scrambler of all times, who was that?
Franz
That was
Harkington.
Francis. How many Super Bowls did he win? I'm just saying.
Oh, by the way, people get this wrong. Francis Tarkington did not lose 4 Super Bowls. He lost 3.
Right. And what's his name?
Joe Cap.
He was the fourth. He was in the 4th Super Bowl. And let me go even further with that. Let me go even further than that about the destiny of all mobile quarterbacks eventually. Okay? The great Randall Cunningham, who I love to watch in Philadelphia, goes to Minnesota, has his best year as a pro as
a pocket mostly passer.
I'm sure he ran when he had to. All
right.
quarterbacks
See,
do that. And I think
the point.
And I think
when you need to get away from people when you need.
But we still need to move. Now that we've actually got into the quarterback discussion, now we have to transition it to this new OC that you're pretty convinced has to come in. Yeah, I begrudgingly have to agree with you.
Thank you.
Now,
oh wait! Here's the heart attack. Peggy agreed with me. I got her. I got her on my head. She agreed with me.
I did it 3 times tonight.
Oh
I did
God.
it.
Oh, Peggy, I love you.
We're on. Captain, you said it, and I wanted to stand up and cheer when you did. Depending on the OC, that is who's going to pick the new quarterback. Yep. Do we draft him? Or do we go into free agent market? That's the question for everybody out there. Do we draft a new quarterback, or do we go into free agent market?
The answer is yes.
Yes for what? Free agent or draft?
Exactly. No. The answer to the question is yes. We are going to get a vet because Aiden O'Connell is not going to be given the job. We're going to get a vet.
Go ahead.
And we are going to draft a quarterback. We're going to do both. Who the vet is remains to be determined. But there's going to be a vet. It's either going to be maybe Justin Fields, maybe Cousins, maybe Brissett, maybe Gardner Minshew.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Well, I don't know their contract statuses, but I think Cousins is a free agent.
Minnesota is not giving up Cousins. Go ahead. Minnesota
will pack his bags and give him his bus fare.
They deserve it.
Okay.
How's it working out for him up there without him?
But the thing is that because they overpay for him, they're going to say, you know what?
Okay, fine.
Okay.
So
again, I'm not banging the drum. I'm just saying these are the guys. So look though, maybe
you're saying
Rush or Trey Lance. These are the ones that we might be targeting. Okay, other than Justin Fields, Kirk Cousins, Trey Lance, or Rush from the Cowboys, whoever they decide to let go of. Minshew, depending upon his contract, because we were looking at him last year, and or Jacoby Brissett, somebody that's got some not long in the tooth, but has got experience. Actually, Cousins long in the tooth, and everybody who is banging the drum, everybody has banging the drum for Russell Wilson. Please
Well, my
No effing
no,
way.
forget all of that. Can he play? Did anybody even ask Russ if he wants to play football anymore?
Well, I'm
I
sure his
think
wife
that's an
will say
issue.
no. I think his wife
Well,
will say you're
that's what I'm
out.
saying. No one has asked Russ if he even needs to play anymore. He don't need this. He got plenty of money. Wife does too.
Yeah.
He don't need
And,
y'all. He
and
got
it's
a job waiting for him in the booth if he wants.
yeah,
He could go set up his little real estate or whatever, continue on his real estate empire that he's already started. No
right.
one asked Russ where he wants to go. Okay. The other part of it is no one asked Chicago if they want to dump Fields and draft yet their third quarterback in 6 years.
But has it been 6 years since they drafted Trubisky?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I knew where you were going with that. Yeah. Okay.
No one
Point.
has even asked them, and I like your list, Captain. I mean,
Yeah.
but depending on what's the
Depends on
fit.
who the OC is.
But what is really becoming tiresome for me is people that expect these Madden fantasy football fans that
Not me.
expect magic.
Nope. Nope.
There, you have been tricked into believing that you insert a quarterback like Stroud, he instantly becomes a star. Dan Marino 2.0. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't happen in the real world. It happens very few and far between and almost never. Most
Yeah.
quarterbacks need development. So now you're talking about a draft.
Well,
These
okay.
other, some of us are going to talk about a draft. Some of our audience here thinks we ought to
Yes.
draft.
And by the way, you draft a quarterback. I'm not saying with the first pick, Asylum. I'm not saying with the first pick. Okay. So Asylum, shut the foxtrot up. I'm not saying with the first pick, but
No, you
depending
said
upon
vet. You said a veteran.
yes, we're gonna get a vet and we're gonna draft a quarterback. And depending upon who drops to us at that point, and it might be in the first round, they're gonna draft one. They're gonna draft one. And the point is this, okay? They're going to draft a quarterback and develop them, depending on who the OC is. Okay, and the reason why I say that is because McDaniel brought in O'Connell because he saw a lot of good things and he picked up the system and said, "Okay, this is my quarterback in the future." They were grooming him under that system.
We're just
And
not.
we're
Not patient people, though. Captain. The
I
problem
get
is
it.
we're not.
I get
You're
it.
talking about draft, and some of these people talk
Yes.
about draft, but then they're not patient.
Well,
They
I am.
think,
I
they
am
think
patient.
that young man should walk on the field just like you thought AOC should. Come on now.
AOC4.
You didn't
AOC4.
like him.
AOC4.
You thought he should walk on the field instantly, know when it's time to run, know how to
Nope.
read,
Nope.
play with no blocking in front of him, no run game, wide receivers that can't get separation.
He's gotten.
Dude, we're
AOC
not
has gotten
patient
a lot
enough.
better.
We're not patient enough to draft anybody.
Okay, the AOC4 because that's what I can't stand when somebody says AOC for obvious personal reasons.
Oh yeah.
AOC4 has played better each game that he's been there. But here's the other thing. By the way, for folks that don't remember, Dan Marino went to a Super Bowl a Super Bowl team
Thank
the
you,
year
Don
prior.
Shula.
Right. So they had the offensive line because they had Woodley. I remembered his name. Woodley was their quarterback.
I was going to say Greasy, but Woodley
No.
was their quarterback.
Woodley was their quarterback, right?
And
so they had everything ready for him, and they gave him a Super Bowl caliber team his rookie year and his second year, because he went in the second year and he got his ass whooped by the Niners in his second year, and he never came back. So the point is they had that.
Y'all are not patient enough for us to draft a quarterback. You're just not patient. You didn't. You saw the boy, young boy, for exactly 8 games. You decided he's trash. We don't want him. I
Who
don't get
said
it.
that? Who said
They
that?
don't. You said that we had to move on from AOC.
No, 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 no. I
Someone
said the
said.
quarter. Well, it
Someone
wasn't
said
me.
we had to move on. Yes, and the great Don Strock. I have not forgotten. Go ahead.
Yeah. The Don Strock, the modern day Earl Morrill.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Same
And
role. Plug
but
and play.
let but I only have to say one word when I talk about what was going on in Miami at the time arena, and that's Don Shula.
Yeah.
One of the greatest offensive minds ever to walk a sideline. And he didn't have anything to prove. He'd already done it with the Colts. So that's not the situation we got here. We got a interim coach
Yeah.
who isn't an offensive guy,
No.
who will have to hire a new offensive coordinator because y'all say high degree ain't ready. So we got to hire a new offensive coordinator who will, of course, bring in his.
Do you think Hardegree's ready?
I
Come on,
no,
Peggy. Even you,
I have
even you.
nothing to say. He was. I'm an ex teacher, guys. I was that assistant principal walking down the hall with a bat, baseball bat, and
Oh,
I was in the classroom. I was in
Peggy
the
was a
classroom for
greenhorn.
almost 20 years.
Uh-huh.
I understand development and
Yes.
learning. I
Uh-huh.
understand how it works in the brain. And I don't care how talented you are, there is a level of maturity you have to reach in order to receive the information. But I'm just saying, you decided you don't like AOC, 8 games, that's it, throw the boy out. So
Well, that's
now,
stupid. Whoever said that is
he didn't
drunk.
have any time. I mean, 8 games, come on. But now we are faced with a new OC who's going to want to pick his own quarterback, Captain.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
He's gonna
what
have and
got
he's gonna
and
have.
now the fans say draft a
Yep.
rookie.
Yep.
You already had a rookie for 8 games. He's
But he
not talented.
wasn't. But he wasn't my
He's not
rookie.
talented enough.
He wasn't my rookie because you know how everything is like when you come in. It like okay, you're the new wife. I'll throw an analogy that and I'm sorry. This is for the ladies out there. You're the new wife. You come into the house of your husband who just got rid of somebody, right? You're the new wife, and you walk into the house and you're like, I don't like that. That's got to go. We're changing that. Get rid of your couch.
Exactly right,
You're
Captain.
the new wife. And so the new OC is the new wife. He's going to say, you know what? I don't like that. That's got to go. Bing, 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 bing. And that's the way it's going to be because that's the new OC and that's what is going to happen. So if they find somebody that the new OC likes, if it's AOC4, they will develop him more. But they're going to have a veteran quarterback because Jimmy Garbajopolis and Hoyer are going to take their money. Go on, take the money and run.
I don't care about them. What I'm saying
They're going to
is
go. And they're going to get
because
it.
but because Raider Nation and NFL fans in general lately have developed this crazy notion that a young rookie quarterback needs to be walking on the field with these tremendous skill sets and win them games.
Mm-hmm.
Are we really ready to wait for yet another rookie quarterback to learn the game? Are we patient enough? To be continued. I
Andrew
don't know.
Cabral, Andrew Cabral, I scourge you to hell. I scourge you to hell.
And that's the thing that we need to understand is that we absolutely have to. We're in a position as a franchise where there's so many things not right, from our organizational structure to the head coaching decision. We don't have a head coach. And we don't have an offensive coordinator. We are missing key components. It's going to take time to settle those guys in. Like Captain
Mm-hmm.
said, the new wife is not going to like the way the old wife's furniture.
Yep. I
And
made a
so
great analogy, boy. I'm knocking it out of the park today, Peggy. I haven't had
I
a show like this.
know, I
I've had a
love it.
show like this in a while. I thank
No,
you.
no, it's
You made my
great.
year. You made my year, man. And granted, it's only the second day,
But
but you made my
I
year
don't
over it.
see the level of patience among NFL fans and Raider fans to wait for a rookie quarterback to develop. And I'm sorry, I am tired of sitting next to y'all in bars, grunting and groaning about a rookie. He should have ran. Well, he's a rookie. I mean, he's not going to know these things until he gets more experience.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired of sitting next to y'all talking that yin yang about a guy who's played all of 8 NFL games. And now you say we're going to draft a quarterback? Oh my God. My head is hurting already, Captain, and I don't have a hangover. I mean, they're not Raider Nation is not patient enough. Too much stuff has to change. Too much stuff has to come together. We'll need a year just to
Mm-hmm.
shake it out. And this goes back to what I was saying to the Denver fans about what a bad coach does to an organization. I mean, really bad, like Nathan Hackett bad.
I
Okay?
was gonna say which head coach you talking about?
Ooh,
You talking about Hackett, or were you talking about because
I'm
we got
talking
my
about
friend.
Nathan Hackett. What
Okay.
13 games with Nathan Hackett? It's like a cancer that infects an entire organization. You may cut it out in some places, but it's still festering and growing in other. And that's what Josh McDaniels has done to the Raiders. The
Yeah.
exact same things.
He
You may
he hacked
cut it out.
he hacked, he hacked it our organization. He hacked it.
He did it. He
Yeah.
he he set us back at least 2 to 3 years with
Or
what
he
he has
Jamarcus
done.
stuff.
I
He
mean,
Jamarcus stuff.
no, and he we absolutely no, we Ryan Leafed it. Okay,
Ooh,
you
that's
can
true.
talk about Jamarcus all you want, but he ain't a drug addict and a jailbird.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway,
That's true.
anyway, no, they don't give credit. The first name that pops out when you want to say something bad about a quarterback is Jamarcus, and I'm going
It's
to correct
Peggy.
you every
Peggy.
time.
There's one reason why. There's one reason why, and there's two
He
reasons why.
wasn't the worst quarterback the Raiders ever had.
No, 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 no.
Okay,
The reason why Jamarcus's name gets mentioned first is this: where was Jamarcus taken in the draft? Where
well, he
was
was
Ryan Leaf
top
taken
pick.
in the draft?
Well, it doesn't
That's the
even
reason.
matter. It
No,
doesn't
I'm
even
just saying.
matter.
That's
They
the
were
but that's the
starting quarterbacks as
I
rookies.
get it. I get it. But that is the reason why the level of who sucked the most as a draft pick quarterback,
He isn't even the
Jamarcus.
worst quarterback the Raiders had.
I
What about
got
that?
you, Nick. I
So
got you,
why
but
do we
that's the
keep
reason
talking
why.
about Jamarcus?
And no, this no. I'm not talking Raider fans. I'm talking about NFL fans as a whole.
Oh, why do they keep
NFL fans
talking
as a
about
whole.
Jamarcus when there
Because
was
he was
so
the number
many
one pick.
rotten? No, no, there were a lot of number one picks that turned into bums as quarterbacks. I got a list somewhere of 7 of them. There
Okay,
was
let
only
me see them here.
one difference between. No, I'm not going to recite that list now because I'm not talking about that now. But I will.
Okay, that's another show.
Right.
That's another show.
But
Okay.
now that I just worry about the patience of the nation. If
Yeah.
we draft a quarterback, captain's idea sounds okay, but here we go again. What kind of fit is he with the guys that we have? And oh, by the way, let's segue into another part. My last segue.
Okay.
Raider offense stay or go list. I'm gonna name a player. Stay or go. I don't want to hear no narrative because I ain't
Okay,
got a lot of time.
I got you.
Stay or go.
Uh-huh.
And I want to start with Josh Jacobs. Stay or go. I'm with you, Captain. He goes. Aiden O'Connell. Stay or go
He stays.
as a backup, right? Because you're
To
going to
be
go out
determined. To
to
be
be
determined.
determined by the new OC. All
Yep.
right. Devontae Adams. Stay or go.
I'm sorry, that's not a thumbs up. That's a see ya for
Uh,
as most as you can get for him.
as much as you can get for him, right? Because you're gonna have to move up in the draft, right, to get Penix. So, but
Yep.
that's another story
Oh
for
no 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 no
another
no
day.
no 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 no. Penix, no. I'd like if Penix had two good knees, I would consider that. But Penix don't
Right,
have two good knees.
but I'm just kind of mimicking what I've heard out there. The beat on the street, right?
I know who you're listening to.
I mean, I'm listening to a lot of Huskies fans. Is what I'm listening to. But now
Okay.
let's go down the list. Renfro,
Ooh,
stay or go.
that's tough. That's tough. I would say, based upon his contract, he's probably going to go, but it's also on depends upon who the OC is.
It will, but I'm talking about based on their performance this year.
Performance this year, go.
Myers,
Oh my God, keep Myers and give him a raise.
Dante Parham,
Parham, I'd keep as I'd switch positions.
yeah, he needs to be a center. He's too
Mhm.
tiny. He's too
Yep.
tiny. Van Roten.
Bye.
Oh, let me finish the backfield. Abdullah, stay or go.
I keep him. I like what he's done in the opportunities he's had. Abdullah,
Uh,
I'd keep if you can, but it depends upon the money too.
Zamir White, stay or go.
You all well, first off, he's with us under contract anyway. He's going to stay, and I think he's going to get better opportunities.
I sure hope so. Bolden, stay or go.
I'd keep him for all of the things he does on special teams, as well as his, so he doesn't
He's really
cost
a
a lot of
great,
money. Yeah,
and he's
he's
really a
very
great
good.
special teams man. Let's go back to
That's
that
right.
that trash O line, and now we're gonna Colton Miller, stay or go.
Sorry, Colton. You had a good contract, but and I like Colton Miller, but I think that he's going to want more, and I don't think. Yeah, he's been showing some ass lately.
I know, and wear and tear too. Don't you
Yep.
think? He
Yeah.
really is. I mean, he was asked to do a lot. We'll put it like that.
Yeah.
We're still at Illuminor. Stay or go.
Sorry, and I like Jermaine. Bye.
Totals.
Bye.
Mumford. Stay or
Stay.
go.
Stay. I like what he can do if given the
Captain
opportunity.
is Captain is impressed with Mumford. I
Yeah.
love it. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And I'm
I
not
like him.
going to even go to the defensive side because this has been an offensive discussion. Next show, we will definitely talk about defense because I have a feeling it's going to be harder because I think that defense is a solid unit.
Yeah.
And there is some camaraderie building up there that we haven't seen since the days of the Soul Patrol, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I said it. We haven't had a defense. Well, you're going back. So I would say the last time we had a decent defense was when Willie Shaw was our defensive coordinator.
I've been told that many times. And of course, you know what Gruden did to him.
Yeah, you ran him out of town, and that was unfortunate.
Well, after hearing those tapes, it wasn't no surprise. Those emails, it wasn't a surprise. But anyway, I've got to go. I've got to run. I've extended my time too far. But I
Andre
hope
James,
oh,
bye.
hi
We missed,
Dale.
yeah, Andre
Uh,
James, bye. Sorry.
oh yeah. I forgot all about him. Yes, bye. Thank you for reminding me. We did not go, and I know there's some backup linemen too. But I want to let's keep going. Meyer, stay or go.
The tight end? Are you kidding? Wrap him up in a bow. Remember,
Uh,
I was the guy who got excited. That is the tight end of the future, baby,
yes,
for
he
sure.
is. Hooper,
And Hooper,
stay or go.
by
Oops.
I'd give Fotheringham more reps.
Plus, he's cheaper.
Yeah. Yep.
Trey
You're gonna use it.
Carter, stay or go.
Which Andre Carter, number
Uh,
3,
yeah. Is he? Why do I call him Trey? Oh,
because
Carter.
it's Trey. Yeah, Trey Turner, Carter. I
Trey
keep him.
Turner, Carter.
Yeah, yeah. I keep Carter at a decent contract.
All right. And of course, Turner,
Well, you
stay.
got DJ and Trey, and I want to keep the Trey that we drafted. I see a lot more. DJ. Okay, here's the thing. Are you going to keep? You're going to keep one between Carter and Trey Turner. We figure out
Mhm.
which one you want to keep and let the other guy go.
What do we say about Jacoby Myers? Stay or
Oh,
go?
of course, yes. I'm
Stay.
giving Jacoby. I'm giving Jacoby a big hug when I see him.
You got it. It's Trey Tucker. That's
Yeah,
I want to call him Turner. I'm
yeah,
thank you, Mike. It's Trey
yeah,
Tucker, and
yeah.
you
Trey
want him
Tucker.
to
Well,
stay.
yeah,
Well,
he's the guy we drafted. Hell yeah, and he's got a lot of good. He's got a lot of ability, and he's got a lot of upside. He hasn't effed up, and I like what he can do. Tucker, yeah.
you definitely want. Okay, so we've done offense, I believe, and our they want Tucker to stay. They like it.
Yeah,
They love that speed. Too bad
yeah,
our quarterback doesn't have enough time to throw to him because we have
yeah.
a trash O line. But the new offensive coordinator is going to fix all of that, isn't he not?
I hope, and
Going to
that
come
remains
in,
to be seen who he gets.
and it's a big decision, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Quarterback, and he got to do something about that O line. I mean,
Hmm.
quarterback's probably going to be the top of the list, but and again, we talked about people. Finally, people understand what I was saying about Adams and Jacobs. I mean, those were the guys you were counting on to make a difference this season. And people are telling me, "Oh, they're depressed. Oh, they weren't treated right.
I won't I
Oh."
won't I won't do what I was about ready to do out of respect.
But what I'm saying is, we're talking professional football. If your feelings is hurt,
Hmm.
you still have to put in a good day's work. And we
Yeah.
just weren't getting that out of them. They just wasn't going to give it to us. And that young boy, that's why I'm saying we're maybe rushing to judgment on O'Connell. I really don't know what he's capable of because he wasn't getting any help.
I like what I see and can project. I like what he's cerebral. I mean, and McDummie's playbook is very difficult. Is very difficult. You heard what Devontae said about that playbook. It's very difficult to wrap around, and he is using and is thriving in McDummie's playbook.
And let me also say, what McDaniels attempted to do to the Raiders is like a contract, a jackleg contractor you hire, right? You hired him to remodel your basement. He does all the demolition, right? Takes out, takes down walls, rips up floors, takes down HVAC, does all that stuff, and then you don't never see him again.
Peggy, you do realize that you are literally talking about the asshole contractor that in this room
Oh
did
my
that.
God, I'm sorry
Yes,
to bring it up,
yes,
but
yeah. 80
McDaniel is that
$80,000.
contractor.
Yeah, yeah.
He is the guy that ripped the guts out of that offense,
Mm-hmm.
and then we fired him.
Yeah.
It was a job in process. Who knows what he might have built if he stayed? But mercifully, he was never going to get that chance.
Yeah.
And I will walk away with that. It's been a great show, Captain. As always, I will see everybody in 2 weeks,
2 weeks.
maybe with a guest, and we will be talking draft, right?
Okay.
And
Yeah.
and and I hate the uncertainty about the OC, but we have to push ahead, Captain.
Yeah. I said,
We
and I have no hate on Hardigree, but he's not OC material yet. He's in training, and he hasn't done a bad job considering that we have a rubber band, you know, offensive playbook.
and no O line and
Yeah.
a rookie quarterback. They ain't getting no help from his vets.
Yeah.
But other than that, we'll do that. Anyway, see you soon. And again, happy New Year to everybody. And thank you for coming out tonight.
Thank you, Peggy, as always. Always a pleasure. It's your show. That
All
she
right.
does know Raider football. She does know Raider football.
Thank you. Bye bye.
There you go, Miss Peggy. And yeah, she knows Raider football. I hope that you guys think I do too. I mean, honestly, that's not. I mean, Peggy knows Raider football. She does, and Peggy has sources inside the building. I got sources inside the building. I don't think they're the same ones, but she has more than I do. I will say that she has way more than I do. So that's why she knows Raider football. That's why she knows things. So anyway, we've got wow. I had Peggy for an hour and a half. That is a bonus half hour. If you got something to say, yo, Dre, yeah, Cube, I got something to say. Okay. And it's not FTP either. No. But the link is up. So if you got something to say, the link is up. And yeah, Asylum is Asylum. Let me put that up as well. Peggy's going to be on tomorrow on the cage match, 7-ish Central Time. 7-ish. And Asylum will say that, as will Oakland Raider Savage on Puerto Rican time. It's not me saying it. Not me saying it. 7-ish Central Time. Cage match. Asylum, Oakland Raider Savage, and Miss Peggy. 7-ish tomorrow on the Cage Match show. And I have to dispel this. I have to dispel this. Fuck. Oilers just scored a goal on the power play. Okay. I didn't hate Jay Schrader. I hated how he played. Let me get that straight. He I couldn't stand what happened when he was playing. Jay Schrader's a great guy. And thank you for bringing it up, Andrew. But yeah, I was cursing Jay Schrader as a fan. I was cursing Jay Schrader as a fan. Jay Schrader's a really cool guy. So as I turn over, because again I'm watching, I got something to watch. There's like 55 seconds left in the second period between the Edmonton Oilers and the Philadelphia Flyers. If you got something to say, and we're gonna hear from about the Patriot way in a minute. You got something to say? Come on in. If you're pissed off that there's a Patriot fan in here first, he hit the link. He hit the link. I don't hear shit. Hit the link. Hit the link. Hit the link. I'm gonna get my boy Doc Cabral in here. We're all cursing Jay Schrader. That's when Seattle was in. Okay, well, okay, thanks. So I don't feel bad then. And Jay Schrader's a great guy. I'm gonna bring in Doc. Doc, how dare you? How dare you say that? How dare you say that?
Jerry, how many
I didn't
games?
hate Jay.
How many games did we go
I
to that you would get pissed off at him?
Yes, pissed off at him for his play, not personal.
You okay?
Big difference. Big difference. Big
While you were
difference.
stuffing your face with the super meal over at Caro's.
Yeah, well, or either that, or we were over at the San Diego Original Sports Bar.
Oh man, that was good food. Yes,
Yeah,
yes. I'm
yeah,
not gonna
yeah.
bullshit
Because
that one. That was very good.
my girlfriend was there. Yeah, my girlfriend was the secretary at the
Lil?
San Diego Original. No, how
Oh,
many girlfriends?
never mind.
My
I'm
God,
sorry. I'm sorry. Dang, you know how long
how
it's
many?
been?
I know how many girlfriends did I have in San Diego before I got married?
Let me see. What night was that? You had one in one every other hour of the day?
Let's just say I had at least 20 girlfriends.
Yeah, but you used to have that one night. You had like one every other hour of the night.
No, the most I did was three.
No, that's a lie. And you're a Jew. You
No,
can't lie, Jay.
no. What are you talking about, in PI or in San Diego?
San Diego.
I had three at one time, scattered out one evening. One, and then she left, and then another one came in, and she left. And who was the third? Lil.
Lil. But there were two
Three,
before. No,
Doc.
there were two more. There were two more.
What I'm saying is that at one night, three is the most.
Okay,
And
you
no, I'm
say
not
so.
bragging. He brought it up. He brought it up. I'm not bragging. He brought it up. I did three in one night.
Jay,
But that was when I was a good looking dude that had no belly and had all arms. And yeah, I was yeah. Shut up, Doc.
and my wife is
Anyway,
dying over here. Stop it. You're going to make her die laughing.
it's true though. Three, Doc. Don't and PI. I had
That
more.
was a different. That was a different. That's off the case. That's off the table. We can't talk about that.
We can't. Yeah, it's off the chain. But go ahead,
I
Doc. What was
wasn't
your
so. I
fucking
wasn't
point?
sober yet.
I
I was
got.
still dry.
By the way, Doc. By the way, I got the bishop in the waiting room.
Oh,
Okay, so
oh.
watch. So watch what the you're saying, because
Okay.
the bishop is a sailor, a SEAL. He knows things though, but he's good with God now. So shut up. Okay, don't be too bad. Give me your points, because I got the bishop is going to close out the show probably talking about the Raiders. What do
Well,
you
we
got,
had a
Doc?
Roman Catholic priest who was an Army Ranger at Fort Gordon. Great guy, a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
The one person who's a Navy SEAL, he was my AA sponsor. He died in a diving accident in Subic Bay. It was named Glenn Aker at Naval Special Warfare Unit One. Him and his family were a beautiful family, and they were some great people. And when I was going through my problems with the Navy and the Navy Chiefs community and Naval Hospital of Subic Bay, he was the one bit of clarity that I had that would tell me, fuck the Chiefs, live in today. Don't worry about them. And when he passed away,
Yeah,
he took my heart, part of my heart with him, because he gave me the courage to be somebody I couldn't be. And I'm very grateful to
yeah.
him. And Bishop, if
There
no
you
one's
go.
told you to love you yet today, I do, man. Love you.
Well, before you leave, I'm going to have Bishop and you and me on a three screen. But you got to make some time for the Bishop. I want to give him at least
I
15
won't be
minutes.
long.
Okay, go on. Your thoughts.
Where's the bishop?
No. You said give me your best thoughts, and then when you're on your way out, I'll make sure that I bring the Bishop on for a three screen.
Hey, Bishop, love you. Miss you. Hope you're okay. And wish you the
You
best
can
and a
say
happy
this
new
when
year.
he's on. You can, Doc. You can say this when he's on. Okay,
Oh,
just wait. Just wait. Give me your thoughts of why you called into the show.
why I called into the show?
Yes, you called into the show. You weren't talking about my escapades in San Diego.
I
You
think I'd
wanted to
make a
talk
great
football.
GM. I think I'd make a great GM for the Raiders. I really believe I would.
No, no. You'll bring us back beyond. You will destroy us more than Josh McDaniels did because you have the Patriot way in your
No, no,
system.
no, no, no. United States Marine Corps, thank you very much, and Navy. I think logically, I think Dre- J, Jay, I got the ability to run men. I had 39 men in a battalion. That were my corpsmen, and they were all on the straight and
Okay,
narrow. Two
okay,
master chiefs, two doctors, and an MSC officer.
okay. So no, Doc, you
Yes.
smell of New England. We don't
No.
want anything that has to do with. I'm sorry, we don't
I
want
left New
anything
England
that
in
if you
1982.
Doc, if you even can spell NEW, we don't want you in the building. Okay, we want something new, but we don't want something that begins with NEW. And you reek. And I'm going to ask you, Doc. People are saying this, and I'm going to ask you this. Give me your opinion. I'm going to bring Bishop on. Belichick goes where? Because he's leaving New England. Where does he go?
I
Is
don't
it
even want to.
San Diego?
I don't want to touch that
Or
one.
sorry, is it the Chargers? No, no.
No,
I'm asking you. You came on. You came
no,
on. Where does he go, Doc?
no.
Where does he go, Doc?
If
Have an opinion.
if
Have a set. Have
if
a set.
if Kraft
Have a
says
set.
he'll keep him for one more year, he'll stay. But if not, he'll be open to other people. He'll be wide open. I
I know.
think
Where does he go?
he won't go to the West Coast. He won't. He may end up back with the Giants. He
The
wasn't.
Giants.
Remember, he
I
was
know
not
he was
the head
he
coach.
was right. He was the Jets head coach for a day.
Yes, but
One
he would
day.
go back. If he went to the Giants, I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay. And according to some, they all have already agreed to part ways per sources.
Really?
Per sources. They have agreed to part ways. And I'm gonna bring in Doc. I'm gonna bring in
Hey,
Doc.
how you doing?
Or sorry,
What up,
Bishop.
Bish?
Yeah, how
Bishop
you
Doc,
doing?
Doc
Good to
Bishop.
see you, brother.
And that's
Yes,
what I
sir.
said.
Yes, sir.
I said, Doc, shut up about what you say about my
Yeah,
exploits
yeah.
in in San Diego and in PI.
It's all funny, and when we look back on life, at because we can clearly see sometimes when we were just, full of ourselves, as I put it, and some things we just don't even want to talk about.
Thank
Some of
you.
us,
Thank you.
some
Thank
of
you. I
us.
do. Hey, Doc. Hey, Bishop. Who brought it up? I ask you. Who
That
brought it
guy,
up? It wasn't.
that guy
It
over
wasn't
there,
me.
that other
Thank
guy.
you. It was that guy. It was this guy. This guy brought it up. I'm smart enough not to bring it up. But if you're gonna
Exactly.
say it, I'm gonna at least make sure it's correct. I'm gonna at
Yeah.
least make sure it was correct.
Amen. That's it. Hey,
Amen.
thank you for your kind words, shipmate. I really appreciate that, what you said to me, and I love you as well. You are salty always. Remember that, because without the Navy, where would the Marines be?
Sure.
Exactly.
They might be left
That's
out like how the Army got left out of the Air Force. You see how they kind of, after World War II, they said, nah, no, they can do their thing.
Well, and isn't it amazing that now that there's a space force and they let they all the Air Force guys say, shoo, we're space force. All you Air Force guys get out of here. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. The Army
I was
against the
joking.
Air Force
Yeah,
against the Space Force.
I was joking with some people today, and I said the VA is we're all just waiting for our meds. They were closed on the first, and they only had one window open to get our meds today. I was like,
oh shit.
you think they would have knew? And the whole lobby is full, so we're just having a grand old time. And there's Raiders
Mhm.
fans sitting there, and I'm the one all decked out, and Raiders in my jacket, and he said Raider Nation all day. I said it's a lifestyle, 365. I don't care win, lose, tie, or draw. Yeah, you got to understand how
Mhm.
to be a Raider fan. You're not gonna win everything, and they ain't gonna give nothing to you.
Oh,
They ain't gonna
Mhm.
give you nothing,
that's true.
but you gotta take everything, everything,
Mhm.
and laugh at them when it's over. That's what our song says. See, and
Laugh
if you
when
don't
you've
have that
conquered and
inside
won.
you, if you ain't got it in you, don't come play for our organization. We deserve better than that. And that's not
Mhm.
fair, for us, time and time again. And I hope somewhere Mark is sitting back in his room somewhere, wherever he's at, thinking about how
No,
grand.
he's at Hooters or PF Chang's, man.
No,
Yep.
well,
If he's eat- if he's eating,
well,
he's at Hooters.
well,
If he's doing something else, Bishop, I don't know.
no, I know where he
If
hangs out
if it,
sometimes, but
I would say
it's
if
this
it's with
thing.
this Cirque du Soleil chick, whatever, the
Yeah,
artist,
whatever.
whatever.
But I don't care. But the whole thing is, you know, I really think as you see the game and they pan over to him and he's looking, he's not at the food bar or the buffet or whatever, or laughing it up or whatever
Yeah.
anymore like he was before.
Hmm.
He's starting to understand what it feels like to be us.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's brought the team to Vegas. And I want to refresh everybody's minds for a quick second. The Raiders do not own that stadium.
No,
No.
They own a
it's
lease.
leaked. It's
As
leaked.
soon
Yeah.
as Las Vegas and these rich thugs get tired of that song and dance show, get out of here. They're gonna tell it to the A's that's coming,
Hmm.
and they'll tell it to the hockey team too if they start sucking. They'll tell it to the WNBA team that won two back to backs. Because all Vegas cares about is money.
Hmm.
Well, but wait a sec. Wait a second,
They
and I
don't
will.
care.
I
They
agree.
want to
I agree
celebrate.
with you there.
They want to celebrate and do
But
parades. But
the
that's not
Raiders
us.
bring money. The Raiders bring money though,
You want to know why you
because
got all them other fans in those seats? The
it's
Raiders
Vegas.
had me on the first deck for about 20 grand on an aisle seat
Yep.
somewhere down there.
20,000?
I didn't want to. That was just for the PSL, man.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. Doc, I spent 21,000 for two next to the tunnel.
That was for
What?
one seat.
21,000.
What?
So I'm not
I got
lying.
mine for.
Good
I felt good
God.
that I only paid
They
21.
they called me one day, moved my seat up to the third deck, and wanted more money than what I was going to get on the first deck. I told them, well, since you
What?
did that, refund me my deposit, and I'll see you in about 20 years if I'm still around kicking. Because what you're
Whoa.
producing out there, I had season tickets when I was in Arizona, brother. Okay?
Yeah.
Wow.
That flight, hotel, rent a car, and pay at the whoever was barbecuing.
You in Vegas,
Mm-hmm.
Bish?
I
No,
was
he
in
lives in
Arizona.
Vegas.
I was in
Yeah,
Arizona.
he moved from Arizona to Vegas there, Doc.
Really?
And it wasn't for
Yeah.
the Raiders. It just so happened to be I'm a Raider fan.
Well, you got a church there too, though, right?
Yeah, I have a
He's
church, I have a
got the
fellowship, I have two
Yep.
international churches overseas, one in
Right on,
Kenya and
man.
one in India.
Right
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Amen.
I didn't ask for this. I didn't fill out application to do it. God chose me. I
Right
stopped running
on.
and started obeying.
Hey,
And there's a difference.
It's been 37 years since I had a drink, and I understand.
You know, I look back over my career. I didn't have it in my blueprint to do this, and
Mm-hmm.
and God bless the men who had to, you know, say the last rites to some dying soul over there and our brethren, or go to the doorstep and say, "I'm sorry," you know, your loved one, your son, your husband,
Mm-hmm.
your nephew has passed on. I wasn't in the Navy when all the women are now on every ship and this and that and
Mm-hmm.
submarine. That was not allowed
Mm-hmm.
because they had the wherewithal to know what goes
Mm-hmm.
on when the captain is
Mm-hmm.
looking this way and not that way.
Mm-hmm.
There's a different code I go by and live by, and Salt knows it. And you know, I just don't understand why our Raiders, uh, if Mark can't get this thing going one last time, give it up.
Well,
Sell a
okay,
team.
and I'm
Tell
I'm,
mom.
I'm going to do that.
Tell his mom
That's the
or family.
that's the second.
Take it. Take it
So,
because
Yeah.
Carol?
whoever yeah, give it because we don't deserve this. I feel bad for Gorilla, though it probably won't shake his wallet. I feel bad for any fan who's just making it to get on a plane or get in a car and drive 8 hours or
Mm-hmm.
10 hours or more,
Mm-hmm.
coming from wherever you come from to come to this very elaborate stadium to see nothing. Now, AP has given more to the Raiders
Mm-hmm.
because no coach has won in Kansas City like that. Nobody made Mahomes cry and made his bottom lip quiver. I mean, come on, man. There's no crying in football. And yet he's sitting up here when they say on ESPN, and some of them said, the Chiefs didn't lose this game and give it away. They got spanked. That Raider
No,
defense came to play.
no.
No, it wasn't
Listen,
everybody. It was two people.
it
And
was
and he
very
said,
it was very few. And Kelsey can bite from under.
right.
Kelsey can bite from under because he gave
He's a he's a
zero
if anybody
accolades.
ever knew this, that's that African American. You had that one white guy who was always kicking it with you and wanted to be y'all. Every time y'all win, he started talking like y'all and try to wear what y'all wore and play what you play in your car and dance. No, but they can't dance.
I can dance at least.
But it's that guy. It's that guy. And you see him.
Mhm.
He reminds me of that wannabe. But you can never beat me at dominoes. You can't play spades. Don't you ever, ever talk about using my barbecue and grill.
Ooh.
I won't trust you.
Mm.
He's a phony. He talks all that
Mhm.
that he's gonna come. I can't wait to get down there in Vegas. I win every time. He treat us like we a slot machine, man. The way he
Really?
talks about us,
The players?
everybody
Yes.
gets a turn. But when I come down there, I win. I like to go to the golf course and talk trash to Charles Woodson and all these other guys, the other Raiders. Yeah, it's a mockery.
Yeah, he is a grade A punk, Doc. That's why I
He
can't
wouldn't come
stand
into Oakland
Kelsey.
and say that nonsense.
No.
You wouldn't make it to the parking lot, brother.
Mm-hmm.
People would have an old saying: "You might beat us on the field, but we'll beat you in the parking lot."
Oh,
And,
God.
and they meant it. And they meant
Yeah.
it. Your bus left without you. And I was at that game,
Yeah.
you know, as I close out, I know you got time. And I was at that game in San Diego when and it's sad, but I was there. I saw it. I'm from that bar. I looked up and they threw him over the rafter for doing this in his own stadium. But because we came to play and it's our stadium, folks they don't understand that. Arizona gets it. Frisco gets it. Or San Jose, whatever they are. You know, and if I was Mark, I would have, took that ticket in San Diego and built my new stadium right down the street from the Murph. What's wrong with that?
Really?
Well,
Jack Murphy Stadium?
well, the way
They said they offered it to him.
the way that
He didn't want it.
yeah,
Really?
the way that
He wants
the way
Vegas.
the way that you're talking now, yeah, he wants Vegas, but what you're saying, Bishop, and I do think it is a good point, is that the Raiders have a lease. They have a
Yep.
lease. Now,
Yes.
the Raiders will not leave. The
Oh,
Raiders will not leave on their own volition. Wait a second. They won't leave on their own volition, but they might be kicked out.
Now, hear me when I say this, because somebody asked me. I think it was the other day on I don't know if it was your show, Captain something, but because I'm in the position I'm in, don't think I don't hear from credible sources.
Oh, I got
because the
like
government
I said,
here,
everybody's got
the
Yeah.
government here goes to church when they want to get elected.
Yep. Well, no, that's true, Doc. Yes, you got to press the flesh and say, I go to church every Sunday.
The mayor of Vegas, who was retiring, she knew my bishop, who I served under, Bishop Leon Smith.
Oh wow.
They were good friends.
Hmm.
Okay, congressmen, governors, senators, they all showed up. I shook hands with a few of them. Hey, how you doing? I got some of them things and credentials from Nevada and Texas, and governors and people. I know people,
Mm-hmm.
and they talk.
I bet they do.
They won't. They'll take that name off of there, and if you're gonna get a sponsor, why not a big name sponsor? Why you go for the most debunked airline in all of the airlines, Allegiant? They don't even have consistent flight schedules. They fly this day and maybe Sunday. You got to stay a week somewhere and get your, huh? What'd you say?
I've never been on an Allegiant flight. I've never been on an Allegiant flight.
Their seats don't recline. Never. They don't give you no discount if you're in a Raider jersey. You just another slum. They tore up some suits of mine when I went up to and I met my wife here in Reno years ago, and it was in 2019, and they couldn't find my bag for 2 days, and all my suits had a hole in them in the arm. You know, they only gave me a $60 check, but each suit costs over $200.
Oh.
Well, in that case, Bishop, you're lucky you got a $60 check, because they probably didn't. They probably had to wait a few days, so they had that in their coffers.
Yeah, that's probably true. But again, back real quick to the Raiders. I would say goodbye to Jacobs.
Yeah.
He's asking for all that money.
For what?
You stayed with us these many years. Where was that champion all those years? But you did it 1 year because it was time to get the money. Bye. Mm-hmm. There's an old friend of mine I knew when I was a drinking man and back in the day, and he said he was a sports agent. And he said, I'm gonna tell you something that most people won't. He said these guys, they have so much talent, they could really be world beaters out here, but they marginalize their profession to squeeze the money. They don't play to their full potential, is what he meant.
Really?
Yeah.
So we pay, like Peggy said, we want this because we're sucked into the vacuum of way of thinking. We need an O-line, and you need a halfway decent QB. And you need to coach that QB, and not like you did DeMarcus Russell. That was stupid. That dude could throw for 70-some yards accurately. No coach, no give a damn. He laid around. He got fat. He didn't study his craft. Next thing you know, he's out of the league. A bust. So Adams, I'm seeing him dropping balls that he normally makes in his sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen this.
That's why I made the comment that it looked like the Raiders traded out the Kansas City receiving core last game for the amount of drops that we had.
We supposed to clean clock with that guy. You can walk all up and down the field with Devontae Adams and just get, if you just want it on the out all day. But he don't want to help that young QB to know how he gets the ball like he told Derek Carr to get him the ball. So now we got a problem.
Well, I will say this, though. He is, of all the quarterbacks that are on our roster, he is behind Aiden O'Connell more than anybody. Now, granted, that's not saying a lot because
he's got no choice.
Who's on the roster?
It's by default because nobody else on there is worth a damn. So,
exactly. That's why I'm saying it's not saying a lot, but he does support O'Connell.
Zeus, he can beef up a little bit, okay? Muscle it up, beef up. I like his style. He don't fumble. Josh Jacobs, he'll cough a ball up. He can go. Wide receivers, oh, man, I really thought we was going to do something with homeboy we got from New England. I haven't seen enough yet in him. Maybe bring him back for one more try.
No, I can't. No.
Waller?
No. Jacoby Myers is the best wide. Jacoby Myers is.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, Myers. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
He's the best.
When they double team, triple team Adams, why are we not hitting the other? See, and that's why he's a rookie. And I said at the VA today to the other guys, I said he gets a pass in my book because he didn't go the whole season, and he didn't know he was going to be the man to study for all this, the way the predecessor who left and went to New Orleans. Man, we need an O-line, and if we can draft an O-line instead of looking for the fancy, shiny QB, man, if there's a monster defensive tackle.
Yeah, they're projecting a monster defensive tackle in the draft for us in the first round.
There's talk here in Vegas. The Raiders are going to trade up.
Of Chris Jones.
I don't think that's it. I think it's for something juicier. They are pissed that they passed on the tackle with so-called issues, right? All you got to do is write that out in the contract, and that'll fix his behind. You can do it that way, but lawyers know how to do that. But the whole thing is, he's balling out of control at the team he's with. And what do we got?
Yeah, but Bishop, I get it, but you have to look at that point in time, the organization that has since moved on
from Ruggs
didn't want the flame.
Yeah.
Didn't want the flame.
It could be anybody.
So that's what. And I say what Wilson and people were talking about Wilson being a bust. He's not a bust. I think that he is projected nicely how he's been doing and getting better and better. He's not a bust. I think that he's actually done better in his first year than Cleve Farrell did.
Wait.
What?
I come back from the era when you could hit a quarterback. He got drafted from his position, not to be in another position, but to play his same position. And when he comes off the edge, he looks like he's fighting an invisible man. No. I don't see the burst. I don't see the quick. I'm going to get this son of a. I don't see it.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to throw this up there because
I played the game in high school and college.
I'll put that there.
I played against Air McNair.
Ooh, Acorn.
He was there. I was at Southern.
Oh, he was at Acorn State back then.
Yeah. No, he was the
Oh,
starter.
oh, you were in New Orleans.
Mhm.
No, I was in Baton Rouge. But yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Southern. Yeah, Southern. Yeah,
Yeah, man, them big corn fed brothers.
yeah. They came through Georgia
What
when
you
I was
need?
there.
What you need me to do? I'll do it. I do it. No, and they serious. They will hit you.
They're big
Okay.
boys, man.
Mahomes didn't think he would get touched. He thought he was going to have a walk in because he's playing you know, the bum Raiders. I likes that.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
because how fitting on Christmas. Here's your present. Now you go on the road and win some playoff games if you can, Mahomes. If you all that you say you are, and Kelsey, and so I feel so bad for Jerry Rice. Is that Jerry Rice's son that's playing? Is that Ray Rice?
Rashi
Yeah.
Rice. No.
No, that's not. I thought that was him. Okay. Well, I don't feel
No.
bad then. You wearing the Rice
Yeah.
name and you play like that? Yeah. Hey, Andy Reid, after this year, he's gone. I don't know where Belichick's
Really?
going. Yeah, he wanted to quit last year.
Andy Reid?
Yes. He said he said at the interview at the
Happy
Super
New
Bowl, he
Year.
said,
No.
if they'll have me back, I'll
Really? We
come
should go
on,
to New
man.
England, man.
But he ain't so stupid. He ain't that old. He could clearly see. He could clearly see what's going on the field. So when he told Kels, knock it off. Slam your head down, your
And
helmet down, and you just won a Super Bowl. What kind of decorum does
that is
that
why I
set?
think that is why I think that the enemy is going back to Kansas City as the OC. Wait a second. He's going. Listen to me. The enemy's going to go back to OC at Kansas City because they are pushing Nagy out of town. They're so pissed off at their offense right now, and their offense was better when the enemy was there playing mom to what's his nose is pop, mom and pop. Okay, so they're gonna try to get that dynamic. No, it's true. It's true. They were good cop, bad cop, mom and dad type of stuff. Okay, and by the way, the enemy was dad, and Andy Reid was mom because the enemy was the harder ass. Point is that he's gonna try to come back because he's gonna get shit canned in Washington. Rivera's on his way out. Rivera's probably going to go with Harbaugh to the NFL if Harbaugh goes to the NFL, and I'm thinking Chicago because they both have Chicago roots. So that's why I'm already thinking Harbaugh and Rivera goes to Chicago. I think Belichick goes to LA.
Belichick. See,
Belichick either goes to LA or Washington.
No.
Lives in
He won't
Virginia
want
or
to either.
California. Yes. Belichick
No.
goes to.
He reminds me of a guy trying to retire from the NFL, just trying to get one more ring. I think he's going to land with one of these hot teams with the rookie quarterback that has it out there. The team with who got that kid that came? Well, there was a couple of quarterbacks that won. Who are the rookie quarterbacks that came out this year, Captain?
You're talking about Bryce Young is in Carolina, and they've already got rid of their coach. Okay.
He possibly could go there.
But I don't think so. Herbert is the quarterback that everybody thinks that they've been trying him for, and he has a bunch of decent players on defense that need to be coached up. He brings the right OC with him. Okay, and therein lies the rub. He brings the right OC with him, and if Kellen Moore is that guy, then it's Kellen Moore. If he thinks it's fucking McFired to run his system, but he's going to need a quarterback. If he's going to be a quarterback that can run the system, he'll bring McFired with him. Okay. And the other thing is that, oh, by the way, McFire might wind up in New England as the head coach if they don't give it to Jared Mayo.
Gerard Mayo should get it.
Wow. See, and wherever Caleb Williams goes, um, I heard it from a good source that he's he's planning to hold out because he don't want to leave the West Coast.
Right. Well, Caleb Williams is probably going to be drafted by Chicago.
And we saw Jeff George many moons ago who said, nah. And then we saw the Manning brother say, no, I'm not playing for
Yeah.
them in San Diego. I'm going to play in New York. Come on. So they have the right to say no, don't they?
Yes, they do. Just like
See?
officers going OCS,
Well,
same
hey,
thing with
they
any
they
officer.
they have the right to say no. And again, I know a certain running back who came out of Auburn that was the number one pick in the draft. He said no, and his rights were given up after a year, and he was a seventh round pick afterwards by a team that said, "Yeah, you can play baseball, and this can be
Yeah.
your side sport."
Mm-hmm.
So if Caleb Williams doesn't like where he is projected to go, he can do
He'll
that.
see, he'll see in college too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I
by
don't
the
know with
way, Peyton did that. Peyton did that and went back for another year at Tennessee because I think the Jets had the first pick, and he said, I don't want to go to New York. I don't want to be a Jet. I'll
who
stay.
wants to
I'll
go
stay
to
in
the
Tennessee.
who wants to go play for the gutter and everybody criticize you when they don't want to prepare and they
I'm
got a worse O line than we do.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm talking. I'm talking about when Peyton was at Tennessee. The Jets had the number one pick, and Peyton's like, "Yeah, I'll stay at Tennessee another year."
Yeah.
John, I know he's not a seventh round pick, but the point is somebody picks him in the first round, and he doesn't want to go to him, and he takes the year off. All bets are off. He goes back in the draft. He goes back in the draft, John. That's what I'm saying. So it's up to whoever to do
Well, every
their
team would
due
have to skip
diligence.
on him, right?
No,
Other teams could
No,
pick him.
right
he can
in
do
the
a
next
supplemental
year.
draft too.
No, well, yeah, you can do. You can go into supplemental draft. That's true. What I'm saying is, if he gets picked by Chicago and he doesn't want to go to Chicago, and
Yeah,
he does the whole year off, okay, and he takes the whole year off, then and nobody, and if they pick him in the supplemental draft and they don't, and who he doesn't want to go, whoever goes in the supplemental draft, then he'll say, nope, I'm good. And the next year comes for the draft of 2025.
Six, seven.
No, because it's this year's draft, the 2024 draft. If he doesn't want to go to wherever, okay, he'll wait until 2025, and whoever picks him in 2025 better know, hey, if we pick you, would you come?
yeah, but
And I'll bring this with the Bolt brothers as well. That's another reason why he's dropping, is he's made demands that, oh well, whoever drafts me better give me some ownership.
who said that?
Which is Caleb
Williams.
Williams.
Oh, Williams is yeah.
Caleb Williams.
He's a. They say he's a multi-talented asset that you could have on your team that could just do things a la Mahomes, Josh Allen. He's a freakish athlete. I'm like, yeah, what Peggy was saying, yeah, that's the guy. You want him to run around and
He's
throw the
from
ball,
DC.
huh?
He's from DC.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Though I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think Chicago's dumb trying to pick up another quarterback, and you're just starting to develop Fields. If we get a chance to get him, what say you, Captain?
I was going to say, if the price isn't too high on Justin Fields, because they're holding out for a 1, no. But if you pony up a 2, I take
Sign,
Justin Fields with a
sign,
2.
sign, and trade Josh Jacobs to Chicago for Justin Fields with a second rounder.
Well, no, because Josh Jacobs isn't on our team anymore. His contract is
Right, but
expired at the end of the year.
no, man. But you and me, the GM, we in the office. I'm telling him, Jack, we gonna sign him to his nice deal, and we got it
You
in.
mean like a
Send him
sign
to
and trade like they
Chicago.
have in, you got to sign and trade like they do in the NBA. They don't do that in the NFL, brother. They don't do sign and trades in the NFL. They do them in NBA, but not in the NFL.
Yeah, MLB too. Yeah. I just, if you're Chicago, you the brain trust. Are you gonna walk away from Fields? And he's just coming into his own to develop another rookie.
Well, it depends upon who the coach is in Chicago.
I think the hoodie may go there.
Remember, they're getting.
If they
We'll
get
see.
Caleb Williams, he's going.
No. Bill Belichick?
Caleb,
Nah, I don't know.
Caleb Williams ain't going to sign with Chicago.
No, it's too cold for him, man. It's like DC. It's
He
cold,
got he
man.
got you he got used to that West Coast weather, man. I'm trying to tell you,
No
it's
shit.
it's addictive.
Hey,
So
I'm from New England. I know what cold is.
yeah,
Trust me.
yeah. I grew up in New York. Yeah,
Oh shit.
I told the wife the other day. I showed her a video. I said, "Look,
Okay, and
man,
John, no, no, John Leon, you are wrong. You cannot franchise tag somebody and trade them because
Oh.
that's what happened on the Devontae Adams issue.
I like where
Okay,
he's thinking though.
Devontae Adams was
See, if you a dirty, greasy GM, you got to be dirty and greasy to do that job.
I'll
there
do
You
it.
don't say
there are
nothing.
ramifications about the franchise. There are
Your
ramifications. I'm just saying.
your mouth is.
Absolutely no way in hell.
You got
I'm
White
just
to
saying.
run the ball. He was running the rock with no problem. He didn't come up limping too when he got hit like Jacobs do.
Are you talking to me? Because you must be preaching to the choir, Bishop.
Ah,
Hey, for some of
You
these
must.
people, that's
You must.
uh,
You must be
that's
Bishop.
a shame to take
Bishop.
that 28 and go get that 32. I'll go get it.
You 35.
Or yeah, he gonna change that number. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Look,
You
look.
must be preaching to the choir,
I saw the running
Bishop.
back by committee, and somebody said, I don't know if he was watching the Cap. Did you see this during the game? One of the guys came and told Josh after Zeus ran the ball, and he said, "Hey man, your spot." And Josh Jacobs went. I said, "Uh huh." But notice the sent. Your job is about to expire
Yeah,
as a
and
Raider.
I got it. I got it.
This,
And I like
this,
what. By the way, you two, you've already kept me 16 minutes over. I can't do this show again, and I still need the pack. A few
love you, Bish.
because
love you,
because
man.
I'm going to
Love you,
Vegas
Jay.
tomorrow, Bish.
Uh huh.
Okay.
Shalom.
Now, unless you're picking me up at the airport at 5 p.m.
well, how contraire more where are you?
Exactly.
Where
I'll be at the airport at about 5 o'clock ish. But we'll see how the flights are.
at night?
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's late.
Okay.
Ooh.
It's me plus one plus bags. and I don't pack light, as you know. You know I don't pack light. You've already dealt with my bags.
Yeah, I've seen that once before.
Yeah. And, Bishop's
Yeah.
like, what? And he didn't swear, but his expression on his face was, what the fuck? But I was like, it was because why? Because I had all my gear,
Yeah,
and I had
yeah,
all my clothes, and then I
yeah.
had a carry-on, then I
He
had my
don't
computer.
he don't like me to call it that, but it's his costume and
Oh
his
fuck,
clothes
Bishop,
and your
respectfully. Hey, you're talking me now. You're talking me now, Bishop. And I don't want to have to call you preacher man anymore.
now
I don't want to have to call you preacher.
now I, I, I'm just saying I didn't have to do all
I'm
that.
just saying.
I'm still a super fan because I got it tatted on my arm from Oakland. I rock my
Hey,
Raiders gear, rain or shine.
you don't
People
have.
look at me
Hey,
like I'm crazy, and they say to
hey,
me, "Hey, it ain't football
what,
season." I say, "Oh, to me it is."
24/7.
I'm waiting for some
Hey,
breaking news on
Bishop,
ESPN. Do-do-do. You know,
Bishop. Where
uh
are
huh.
my tats, brother? Where are my
Right,
tats?
right. But I'm
None,
saying,
none,
but I'm saying,
none,
but I'm saying,
none.
you're not feeling me. You're not feeling me. I'm gonna
Oh,
remind you of something.
I'm feeling.
The Raiders played Air McNair, and I was at that game. I slept at Hagenberger Road, got in, got my seat, and fans were like, "Oh, are we gonna win? Oh, give me some wine." I slapped the drink out their hand and I said, "Look here, we drink tequila. Don't you bring that white wine sipping zipper nothing over here from that other side of the bay.
Uh,
And if you don't leave here with your voice lost and your knuckles better be bloody like mine, pounding these seats, yelling defense, you ain't did your job and you can't call yourself a Raider. The heart
I
has to
got it.
be
I
in
got it.
it.
But what I'm saying is, my point was, you don't need tats.
You don't need
tats.
a dress up or whatever you call it. You know, my dear
Oh,
friend
no.
Raider Ron Ricard, 30
Hey,
years away, home.
okay. And wait a
He
second. Whoa,
he
whoa,
got a
whoa, whoa,
pledge.
whoa, 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 whoa.
He got something from Al Davis.
He,
That was awesome
uh-huh.
dedication. But
Okay.
I'm not talking about
Gotcha.
you. This ain't a knock at you, Captain. I'm just talking about the
Okay.
where it's gone now. Because I don't want fans to be discredited. If you love your team and you're passionate
Mhm.
about it and you pay to put it on the TV, whatever you got to do, get to the game or see it. Because if money abides you to get there, then God bless you. But if it doesn't and you still are passionate, you stay with them and they suck for
Oh
so
yeah.
30 some years,
Yep.
I'll be damned if I'm not as super as you who just
Not.
decided to pop out of nowhere and say, I'm Raider so and so and you can't even see the people. That's just
Okay.
like a preacher
Bishop,
who was an
I
apostle all of a sudden pop up. Oh, I'm an
I get
apostle,
it.
but he never was an elder or a pastor. He never would know how to pastor a church, but now he's a chief apostle. But he never had hands laid on him or oil poured on his head. Come on, man, you got to go through the fire.
I know.
You got to be
Okay. But let me
reborn in this. You be
mhm.
with your team, win some, lose
Hey,
some, suck all them years. Yeah,
Bishop,
yeah, yeah. I'm super. I
Bishop.
better be super.
Okay. Okay. First off, I don't answer the super. I do
Thank
not
God.
answer the super. I okay. I will acknowledge it. I don't like it, because that is saying that I'm above everybody else.
There you go.
I'm above.
And then,
Okay, now
and then, baby, you're above that.
let me finish. Let me finish the
I'll be a
point.
little bit bad.
Let me finish the point. Okay, that is why. That is why I say I wish, and I say every day. I said I am an easily recognizable fan. ERF. Because I'm no more super. I'm no super than either one of you. I'm no more super than either one of you. I'm easily recognizable because of my persona, my gear, my uniform. And I take great pride in what I wear because it's my personality. And yes, I have to lug around another fucking suitcase because of it. But I take great pride in that. But I'm no more super than anybody else. Okay.
Because
So that's
because at the end of the day,
because
whether you call yourself or not this or that, even me, Jesus ain't going to greet me as bishop, pastor, elder, apostle. He's going to say, well done, my faithful and good servant. You have fought the good fight. You have kept the faith. I'm getting in that grave just like you, man. Well, maybe just like you. But yeah.
I was going to say.
You know, I'm getting in there the same. He don't care how many PhDs and DDs or whatever you got in front or behind your name. He's going to call you by your name. Be humble, y'all. Be humble.
I don't go by.
Be humble. I love you, Jack. Thank you for having me on the show. Thank you to my Marine brother over there. I got a Marine that lives across the street from me. He's an older guy. He retired. He is a dear friend of mine. His name's Alfonso. We chop it up sometimes, but I always hug it out, and I'm hugging it out with you guys tonight.
Love you,
Come on, Captain.
And Bishop, for just saying, he's Navy. That he is the doc. So you know, he's Marine up here, but he's wearing the caduce and the chevrons.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I just want to make sure so everybody knows.
Well, thank you. And
here,
a life of service. I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it. Even if you played in the, band.
Amen.
Hey, my dad was in the Navy for 16 of his 32. He was at NU.
Well, look, I'm gonna try not to.
Yeah, I was gonna say you better watch your mouth, Bishop, because I will school you on some shit. I will school you on some shit.
See,
okay.
See,
Jay, don't beat him with a menorah.
No, wait a second. There are things that wearing your Budweiser. There are things that I know being the son of a sailor that has a leer, whatever you call those fucking harp shits, as your rating badge. So that don't talk out of your lane, sir, because I know what I know.
Well, I was part of the working class. I didn't wear one of them big round, hats. So I'll talk to my NCO over there in the corner. How you doing there, sailor? Yeah.
Okay.
Don't take too much from this bearded man over here trying to, puff that beard at you. You're right. You're right in my book.
What I'm saying is,
I know him in ways you do not want to know.
Don't take any stuff from him over there.
Hey, I'm not throwing anchors, man. I'm not throwing anchors.
You could throw it.
No. Why?
Oh, what's the matter? What's the matter? You didn't want to wear the Cracker Jack anymore?
No, fuck you.
You didn't take pride in that 13 button
wait a
string
second.
in the back?
I still got my Cracker Jacks.
Well, you wanted the double-breasted suit with all the buttons and the big white hat, and for them to call you sir.
No, fuck you, Bishop. I love you. Oh, don't even go there. Don't even go there, brother.
I said it.
Don't even go there.
You know you
No,
wanted that
no,
name.
no,
That's why you
no,
wanted that title. That's why you vied for that title. You
no,
volleyed for it. You applied for it.
no.
You wanted to be called sir.
I did apply for LDO, yes.
I'll stay first class. Gold, by the way.
Yep.
I did
Never before
apply.
the man.
I did apply for LDO, but it was, I admit that. I admit that.
The
I
truth is
did
coming
apply
out
for
here,
LDO.
Doc. You hear
I
him,
know.
Doc?
And there
I got a friend of mine.
there ain't nothing wrong with that. There
I
ain't
got a
nothing
friend.
wrong with that.
The guy over here.
Oh God.
The guy over here.
No, no,
Call
You
me
know
no,
what?
sir.
I love you both
You
like my
better
brothers.
salute me. You better salute me when I walk around in the bar. I don't care if you have your
Bishop,
back to me. You better pop tall and salute
Bishop,
me because I'm wearing these gold
Bishop.
buttons on my chest.
Oh my God, Bishop, shut the fuck up.
Hey guys, I gotta get ready for bed.
Wait. And patent leather shoes. You know, they when
Oh.
they get to
Oh no,
chief
wait,
and up,
wait a second.
they're
Wait,
no longer an NCO. They're they're in a separate division. You know, we can't talk about them. We have jokes
uh,
in the galleys and stuff about these upper ups, but we know we the
oh
real
my
work of the
God,
ship. We know who the
my
ship
my
gets done by us.
my eyes are burning because of all the bullshit I have to deal with right now.
Then you start to reveal it to yourself. You
Hey,
want that big
I
white hat.
hey, wait a second. I have never lied on here. I have set things straight. You said you, and I said okay. I said yes. I did apply for LDO. Did I make LDO? No, no. And I'll tell you something else. Since we're gonna fucking go there, I was on convalescent leave as a chief petty officer, and they called me up after one of my surgeries, and they said, "Where are you?" And I'm like, "I'm at my house recovering from convalescent leave." He says, "Your LDO board is today," and I'm
You
like,
you
"No, it
you
ain't."
you miss you miss ships movement on the ship.
No, no. This is at SOCOM. This is
I'm
at
sorry.
SOCOM. Okay. Wait a second. Wait a second. They
I
said
know,
your LDO board is today. I said, "No, it ain't," because
man.
I have my haircut is not regulation. I got a beard, and you're calling me 2 hours before the board to tell me that my LDO board is safe, and you
That's
fucking know I'm on convalescent leave. Fuck you.
so they
Fuck
knocked you
you.
to teeth.
No, I was already a chief.
No, I'm saying that you were going for Master Chief at the time.
No,
So,
no. I never made 8. I was
oh, I
a
didn't know if
chief
you.
petty.
Yeah, I thought that's what you were implying. You're on your way up, but
No.
you didn't have that date circled with red all over it on your calendar.
No, I was on convalescent leave, shipmate. I was recovering from surgery, probably from one of my heart surgery. Actually, yes, it was from an angioplasty.
Ooh.
Did
And
they
they said
did they re did
they
they reschedule you?
no. And at that time, when they
You should have
did
gave me a
that,
call, man. Should
wait
have
a
gave me a
second.
call. I would have made some
At,
calls
at
and
that at that time, when they did that, and they gave my fit rep because I got a fit rep. You got an eval. Boom, 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 boom. Anyway, when they gave me my fit rep and they passed me over from I was an early promote to a must promote, and they said, "Don't worry, you're going." I went from promote to must promote to promote, and I said, "Fuck you, I'm dropping papers." I I see the writings on the wall because they had some. the other dude that they wanted to make the LDO gave him the EP. And they didn't even keep me as the MP. They bumped my ass down to promote. I said, I can see. I ain't blind, said the blind man. I said, no, I can see things clearly. So I said, thank you. I am gone. I am dropping papers. Fuck you. You didn't even tell me when my LDO board was.
But then you know I'm gonna speak the truth when I say this to you. Lieutenants, even double bars, even the cloak, I mean the leaf and going up, they always ask who when it gets hot. First class, chief.
Yeah.
We're that diamond in the thinking room. That's it.
I got you. And you know what? When they said shit like this to me at SOCOM,
that's how I got home, and that's why I can walk. That you leave my black ass out there. Well, get in that water. You got to swim. But there's sharks in that water, and they hungry. And something better than them is hunting them, and it's hungry. And it might think I'm one of them that they love to eat. With these flaps, you want me to kick in the water for 6 miles. Brother, your calves want to fall off. Wait, these toes ain't swimming for you no more.
I came to the knowledge. I had the epiphany. The light was at the end of the tunnel. And I said, you know what? Fuck you. Check, please. And I'm gone.
Yeah. I know all the politics that hide up there with the anchor and all of that. You make the anchor. It's great. Congratulations to you. Much respect. Always.
I got you. I just, like you said, you were bringing it up.
Yeah.
I never lied. I said, I would never. No, I applied.
I tease my Master Chief all the time. I tease him all the time. Master Chief Mike Bennett. He was over with 6. He say, AJ, you see my uniform? I say, yeah, that big round hat.
I
don't want to see that.
Dirty white hat. Yeah.
I don't want to see that. It probably don't even fit you no more. Yeah, next. I'll see the ribbies on your chest. Who got more?
Oh, are we gonna go there?
Now I don't wear my medals. I don't wear all my medals on my chest.
Okay, but I was gonna say, if people go, we said, where'd you buy those? I said, I didn't buy any of these. I said, I earned everything that you're saying.
Come on. People think you can walk into the naval exchange and buy some ribbons and medals and things and just stick them on your uniform.
Shit.
If it's not on your record, you can't just go get it.
No, you can't.
Mm-hmm.
Can't send a uniform to go get fitted with these stripes or bars or whatever it is, unless you are it. Okay. Tell me
I got it. But they tell me that where'd you buy those? I didn't buy these. I earned these, motherfuckers. Anyway, guys, I will let you go. I'll let Doc go. And Peggy's going to say, what the fuck happened to my show when I left? Because I know she's going to say that later.
Tell Peggy we love her.
Hey. Many blessings to all the Raider Nation and all the who are not. May you have a prosperous and healthy and sound mind in 2024.
Amen.
Go Raiders. Love you guys.
Yeah, that's it.
Go Pat.
Love you too.
Shalom.
Take care.
Shalom.
Take care of their Doc. Be well, guys. I'm going to kick you out. I got to lock the show. Be well. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you as well. Take care, Bishop. All right, guys, that is a what the fuck did I just witness show. Did I have Raider talk and military talk? Whatever. And again, it's great to see my brothers, and I see that with respect. My God, my eyes are burning. Too much computer time, and I think I got to get a new prescription. Because I've had this prescription for about 2 years, so I'm pretty sure I need a new prescription. Anyway, we spoke about the Raiders with Miss Peggy, and then we had a call to other things. But I hope you enjoyed what you saw. See, I'm seeing that the viewer count just drop. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. Come back Thursday. The Wild Wild West show is going to be tomorrow, and I'm going to have to let the Wild Wild West people know that unless I do a video real quick, and I still need to pack, that maybe I'll do a video. I'll try to do that. But check out the Wild Wild West show tomorrow. And I will be back for the Thursday show and the Sunday show. So good night. I hope you enjoyed the show. And let's see what we can do this weekend, because it's Donkey Week. We had Clayton on, who is a Denver fan. We had the Bolt Brothers podcast. We had the Chargers represented. And if you go into my comments of a couple of shows ago, we have a Chiefs fan by the name of, was it James T. Kirk, giving me a ration of shit. Kansas City going down. They're going to the playoffs. They are. Yeah, I'll see you, Anna. Good. I can't wait to see you, Anna. Kansas City's going down. So all of those highs that all these Chiefs fans are, I really do see, especially with a ascension in Denver and in Vegas, and with probably real coaching in Los Angeles. Bye-bye, Kansas City. Maybe to just like a wild card. We'll see. Take care, everybody. We'll see you for the other broadcasts. Take care.